Hello out there, it's Wednesday. Welcome back to Recall Knowledge, a show where Pathfinder enthusiasts play through your favorite adventure path. I'm your GM Steve, and I'm joined by Ricardo, Richard, Ninna, and Tommy. Go ahead, everyone, say howdy, cowboys.
Howdy, cowboys!
In the script, it says I'm supposed to say hello, everyone. Should I have said that instead? I'm now full of confusion.
Oh, if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. We're happy to have you with us. As usual, we are very proudly playing this episode on Foundry VTT using the new premium Punks in a Powderkeg module created by Sigil Entertainment and Paizo. It includes awesome sound effects and ambient sounds provided by Sirenscape. So if you hear something amazing, make sure to go check them out. They do great work. The music you're going to hear is primarily Ivan Dutch off his Patreon collection. And in chat, let's give a shout out to CJ, Phenomenally CJ. That is a 12-month subscription streak. That's amazing. CJ. It's amazing that, one, we've been doing this for a year, and two, CJ's been with us the entire step of the way. So big shout out to CJ.
Love you, man.
Yeah. Ooh, thanks, CJ. Before we get started, we do need to do some announcements. We have a big shout out to our lead sponsor for the night, Molten Hosting.
Molten Hosting.
Molten Hosting. Molten Hosting.
Molten Hosting is a premier solution to host your own Foundry VTT instance in the cloud instead of having to, run it off your own personal machine. With awesome backups, ample storage space, and an easy-to-use interface, they are 100% the best way to play Foundry.
Steve. Nope. No crazy ad reads tonight.
I'm literally out of energy drink. I can't pretend to be a horse right now. I'm sorry.
Have no fear, cast, because tonight, in honor of today being May 4th, Molten Hosting is asking us to spread the Star Wars cheer and wish you all a May the 4th be with you.
Oh.
I mean, everyone say it.
I can't believe
May the 4th
nice.
be with you.
It is. Does the Force work in Alkenstar when the
May the 4th
mana fuckery happens?
Yes, because
will it stop my Jedi build?
I treat it as primal magic, so it's probably fine.
How to piss off all the fandoms.
Right?
Molten Hosting.
I will only be building Jar Jar.
Molten Hosting has asked us to share, in lieu of like a crazy ad read, just these top 3 reasons that Molten Hosting is better than your favorite Star Wars trilogy, whichever one of the 3 it happens to be. Whichever trilogy is your favorite of the 3, you're wrong. That's just how it is.
So close to
All right. Number 1. Nobody has ever died from a broken heart while using Molten Hosting.
I mean, there's so much. If you go read in the expanded universe how that actually happened, it's not Lucas's fault. He only has a small amount of time. Have I mentioned I'm a giant warzy?
You have not.
This is going to be good.
Number 2, Molten Hosting has never been responsible for unleashing an abomination like Jar Jar Binks onto the world.
Lisa, not really think there's anything wrong with that. Saruk's voice sounds real funny tonight. Wow. I'm so glad my throat's fixed and I can do what I wanted to do this whole time.
Nina, I think you're muted, Nina.
I can't believe Nina is dead.
Yeah, Nina died.
I was just having an existential crisis, but yeah, he's got us there.
Just dropping all those F-bombs on Steve.
Right? Right. So, number 3, Star Wars never gave you a free month of anything, but Molten Hosting is giving you an entire free month of service for new customers. Just use the code Recall Knowledge.
One word.
At checkout and get a month on us.
I can't.
Thanks, Molten Hosting.
Wow. That was surprisingly tasteful.
Oh, really, Rick? You want more? I can give you more. Let me send something over. Rick, why don't you go ahead and read this Jar Jar ad copy I'm sending over right now?
Lisa probably more qualified, frankly.
You know what? I'm going to rewrite that to Tommy.
You were supposed to be the chosen one, so...
You were supposed to not join them.
Okay. Whew. Well, I think, honestly, that does it for big announcements. If you're in Twitch chat with us tonight, like CJ, who has subscribed, we did get all of our new Twitch emotes added this week, so you know what? Let's see you guys hit them in chat. Give us your favorite character. We got Refacule, Daruk, Halbrent, Wybert, and Anita, along with our new crit and fail. So, oh yeah, look at them floating on chat right now on the screen right now. That's really cool.
I gotta say, they're hotter than Anakin on Mustafar.
Just like Molten hosting is hotter. So, viewers, or actually players, are you guys ready to start playing some Alkenstar?
Yes. Waiting to fight
roll out
all week.
So viewers, go ahead and sit back, relax. But players, let's jump into tonight's episode of The Outlaws of Alkenstar as we are playing Punks in a Powderkeg, written by Vanessa Hoskins. Let's go!
Hi, Vanessa.
Yeah!
The camera fades in high over the streets of Alkenstar. The familiar smog covers everything on this dark night. As we drift down through the click-clacks of the city, we leave the safe confines towards the near-abandoned Ironside Quarter just on the outskirts of town. There, we can see a large scrapyard come into focus, one with sharp, jagged metal creating rows and rows and sort of pathways through an otherwise run-down part of town. And we kind of zoom in on two figures, leaving a sort of goblin campfire, a goblin wearing like colorful plates of glass dancing on a milk crate, all of them enjoying a nice barrel of pickles as they celebrate into the night. And we pick up two of our outlaws, let's say that. We pick up
Outlaws.
Outlaws, if you saw our tweet.
Outlaws. It's what brings us all together.
And we see kind of leaving the confines of this junkyard, headed back towards the bank that they have been conscripted to rob, Anita and Daruk. And the camera comes up behind them as they walk through these back alleys, you know, a few blocks towards the bank, and their sort of conversation comes in slowly as we pick them up mid-conversation.
So what's your take on all that?
On glass?
The situation at large. Apparently Noel's moving in a situation which is rapidly compounding and expanding itself.
No, yeah, it sounded very overwhelming, a little stressful. However, I just at the moment not choose to think about it because we have this heist that we have to think about. Do you see that tower thing over there?
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I have a good feeling that we could use it to store the members of the Shield Marshals in the event that they choose to chase us.
A place to leave the bodies.
Oh, I guess. But I mean, with Lord Glass, he seems alright with me. I think that, if we help them with the Gnolls, we could gain the trust and then maybe their loyalty.
Friends in this place would go a long way. Also, where did you learn to speak Goblin? No offense, but there's a quick, look you up and down. You don't look the type to be associating with, and then looks back towards the pile of scrap.
I used to read a lot of Goblin stories when I was younger. I wasn't a very popular kid, so I was just left to my devices. Every once in a while, I'd talk to a Goblin here and there.
And you just picked it up?
Yeah. My dad said I'm a bit of a genius, however. He just says a lot of superlatives when it comes to me, so I don't really believe it. Where did you learn how to speak Goblin?
Me? I cycle through... Oh, God. I got to open my character sheet and remember where they write that. I don't speak the language. I was hoping that they would speak ours. I cycle through Common, Dwarven, Orcish, Abyssal, Mwangi, and Zamnin.
Oh, I thought that... No, never mind. That's my mistake. But yeah, I think we could trust him, especially after he gave them all those pickles.
90% of the time, if you bring food to someone, it'll make things go more smoothly, and 100% if it's the right food. Apparently, I should have brought some for Gnolls. You don't happen to know anything in this part of the world about, Gnoll clans that have moved into the region, or if I should expect the followers of Lamashtu versus the followers of their ancestors, or somewhere between, or...
Well, outside of rumors, nothing as specific as the ones that you've told me, unless... Can I make a recall knowledge check on that? I don't have any existing lore that would help you about it.
Yeah, you can give me a general society check.
Society.
Recall knowledge society. Secret, if you will.
Oh, secret? Okay.
As recall knowledge checks do have the secret tag.
Society. That's a private, right? I know we've done this so many times, but
yes,
blind. Okay.
Blind is
Blind,
probably what you
yeah.
want. Private will
Okay.
be you can see the results, but nobody else can.
Okay. Question mark.
Okay. Perfect. And you're trying to see if you've heard anything about Gnolls in Alkenstar.
Like the
and stuff
clans that have moved here.
Most of the stories you've heard around Gnolls tend to be Gnolls that live outside the city. There are some Gnolls that integrate into society and, live within Alkenstar. But out here in the sort of, not quite Mana Waste, but you're kind of in that, buffer zone between the Mana Waste and Alkenstar here in the Old Ironside. Most commonly, you've heard of Gnolls that have sort of been warped by the Mana Waste themselves, and the constant exposure to that magic sort of affecting them and making them hostile and in some ways less predictable than their more civilized counterparts.
And he just lost your voice.
Annie, are you okay? I lost your voice.
Hello. Sorry. My apologies. No, I just had a memory. Alright, I was just gonna say, the Gnolls might be affected by the Mana Wastes. But for some reason, my voice was just kept disappearing.
I see. Quite the phenomenon. Nothing I've ever experienced before. Oh, and in the intervening conversation, dearest master of game, I will drop the Gimfact part of my Pursue Elite. I would like to do the thing. This time with one being, yes, the thing. One of them being pointed towards the heist, and the other being, I guess, what I'll call the Goblin Gnoll dilemma, if that's not too broad of a brush to paint with.
Sure, no, I think that's reasonable.
Gotcha.
Oh,
So how did you, I wanted to ask, how did you come to be friends with no offense, I'm sure there's a part of Mithril underneath a hat and eye patch, but how'd you meet Refi?
How'd I meet Refi?
Yeah,
One of the alleys.
bless you.
It was one of the alleys. It was Kojak actually that found him first. And then I was at home, and then the next thing I knew, we had a visitor. It wasn't entirely, how do I say this? It's not entirely uncommon for Kojak to bring in strays. I mean, I'm one. So when Refi came in, it was just like a normal day. Hello! But he couldn't really talk. Or he wasn't talking to me then. You know how I'm talking to you now? I think I just eventually just annoyed him, and then that's how he started talking.
Fair enough. Were you also brought in wounded? And then Sir kind of just like walks back. I feel like I'm asking too many questions here.
No, not necessarily. However, as much as I do talk, there are some things about myself that I'm not too comfortable saying, and I feel that I've already said too much about me. Told you about my childhood.
Oh yes, all of the trauma. I guess if it helps, I'll tell you something about me and we can be even.
All right. Make sure that
Ask
it's
away.
good,
Random
though.
question.
I think as you guys are kind of finishing this up, we see off in the distance, right? You guys have been walking through the alleys. You can see Refikul and Halbrand and Wybert standing there, like kind of on standby, off in the distance as you guys are kind of wrapping up this conversation.
So I have 3 sisters, right? Families get very big. The nature of my biology. I actually grew up with 2 out of the 3 born as tieflings. Fun fact, when you live very close to a lot of very abyssal places, the radiation, it seeps in a very, very meaningful way. I switched to abyssal, and that's how I know how to speak abyssal. We had to learn it it's a long story, and then turns corner. Well, what did the pair of you learn?
Bathroom.
Well, around the back there's a door that says employees only. There ain't shit around it. There's a lot of people around. Well, there's a lot of people who live in the area. I don't think they saw me, but if we make a lot of noise, they might come see what's going on. Refi, what did you learn out front?
Right, well, Hal was going around the back. I checked out things in the front. We've got one of those RASPCTs, or however you call them, out front garden. And then another, I believe it was 2 inside patrolling.
Yeah.
So
I just saw this, so GM, I would have any.
No, yeah, you would just. I am actually going to retcon it a little bit from what I said, just for balance sake. There's actually 2 patrolling the front, right outside the front door. And from what you gather, you had a pretty good perception roll. Looking through the windows, you've glanced what appears to be 2 on the inside as well. So 4 total, kind of roaming in pairs.
So like I said, we've got 2 in the front, and then 2 patrolling inside. And they seem to have some sort of torch going out of their chest. Pretty sure it's a flamethrower. I just saw the torch, though.
Definitely not a flamethrower.
I would have added a flamethrower.
I imagine.
So, you mean to tell me they're in standard 2x2 formation?
I would say so.
Makes sense. The goblins are willing to let us through, however. They have a problem with apparently a clan of gnolls that have come in from the Mana Wastes and have come in a little less than they once were, more than they once were. Mutated, I believe. That's right. Yes, Anita?
Annie, did you lose your voice?
Again, drink that lemon tea.
Make sure you put ginger in it.
There's something. It was the prison. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
She
God.
talks to that much in the prison.
I'm
So
sure
your
you
pickles
liked
work
it at
then,
some
Gus?
point.
Yeah.
Oh.
I lack the food for gnolls. The way I see it, in a perfect world, we go through the back, get what we need, take off. the goblins should be willing to entertain us for a time, I can try to talk our way through the knolls if we don't want to go in with all of our guns blazing. Theoretically, we just need to get them to stop fighting each other long enough for us to. Did I mention the knolls are camped on top of our sewer access? That's important.
Yeah, the
Failing
scrapyard
that,
is pretty
That would be a bit of a
crowded.
challenge.
Isn't it?
Al. Sorry, Annie, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to. For the GM, like, is it busier here on the front than is it busy on the main street?
It's like midnight, right?
It's pretty close. It's
like
pretty much
10.
midnight, right? So it's in the
Midnight now. Okay.
Yeah, it's
in 4
well, no,
hours.
it's somewhere between 10 and midnight, right? So we're pushing close to midnight. I think right now there's probably like a big countdown clock. I meant to say at the top, it's like, it basically says like 9 hours 45 minutes counting down to to the return of the extra layers of security to the bank. So it's somewhere between. It's not quite midnight, but it's pretty close, right? Most of the city pretty much wraps up, and most people go to bed by midnight. Here in this particular part of Ironside, the bank looks to be one of the only real functioning businesses on the block. You are in a part of town that was once abandoned and sort of blown up to kill everything that was here. So it's in the process of being rebuilt, but mostly abandoned. So
it's quiet.
It's pretty quiet here right now. There's nothing around. The only sort of movement you guys have actively seen is these clockwork guards of the bank. There are, I think it was Hal or that picked up that there are some sort of residences nearby and people camping, and there's campfires going. So it's obvious it's not completely abandoned in the area. Any super loud noise is sure to draw some attention, but definitely not just people walking down the street. It's pretty quiet.
Right. Well, Hal, got any more of them pocket mana waste lizards?
Yeah, always got a couple. Are you hungry?
Oh, gosh, no. But unless they're candied. But maybe the gnolls will like them. Bit of home.
Could be.
Indeed.
I'm just looking at the street while they're talking.
One problem at a time. We go in the front or the back.
Same thing.
Annie, what do you think? Front or back?
Huh?
Do we go in the front or back?
Well, the front seems to be more quiet than the back. After Hal said that there's a likelihood that people would notice us if we're too loud.
Yeah, I mean, there's people back there. They're having a campfire,
So I'm
talking,
thinking,
eating, drinking, living.
I mean, I'm thinking, I'm not too familiar with these C-47s, but based on what Farouk said, if it's okay, I'd like to do a little experiment on these automatons. Just see how far their AI is.
So you want to capture one?
Yeah, I mean, because if we do it quietly, what if we succeed here? If the if the hypothesis works, then maybe we could just mirror it inside. So I was thinking, what if we try and get at least one, and then I can try and power it down.
We can lure it away, and then bring it around the corner. It's one less.
Yeah.
Right.
Indeed.
But can you lure an automaton away from its task?
I think it's
I thought they don't have,
brains. Yeah, but
If they are automatons, we could just speak with them.
are they or a robot? I'm not too sure. I mean, are they? Because you know more about it than me, Saruk. They are not
Automatons are from a forgotten age and have souls of people inside of them.
Oh boy, are they automatons?
You hit a pretty good
I just-
crafting. You hit a pretty good recall knowledge check last week, Anita. So, carrying over that role and what you know about these creatures is that these things are more tools than sentient, right? They are basically mindless sort of robots that can be given fairly simple tasks, and then they follow that task, whatever it may be. You can put some parameters into it, but it is not like a reasoning, logic-driven thing. It just does the one thing it does.
Alright.
And depending on what it's programmed to do is how it will respond to what you guys are trying to do.
All right, perfect. It's not an automaton, it's a robot. God told me. So I think currently it's programmed to just track anybody that might threaten the bank, yeah?
Correct, but if they're armed with alarms, then as soon as they see us, then it goes bad. If you want to take one, I'm fine with that. I still think we should go through the back. Just disable one on the inside and we can drag it out.
I'll show you. I put you guys on the battle map and I tabbed it over so that, you guys and the audience can kind of see the layout here. So I put you guys in the front, huddled behind this sort of cart across the street from the bank watching. So here in the front of the bank, there are these two automatons. Sorry, not automatons. Two robots. They're called like basically clockworks. We'll just call them clockworks, right? They're clockworks. So they're kind of doing this weird pattern where the one walks out here almost to the front and then sort of stops where it is. And then just like Refugio said, it's like the face mask sort of opens. It's like almost in the chest face mask area. It opens and you see a sort of blue flame torch kind of shine a bright light out. And it does this sort of 360-degree spin where you can tell it's like looking around itself. And then it like closes the thing and then continues on its patrol. And it's kind of going like on this 4-pointed sort of thing. So when this one's up here on the front, the other one is in the back corner right up at the door of the bank, kind of doing the same thing. And they're just sort of following a very set rope pattern in a square around the front of the bank. And this is what the front of the bank looks like leading in. And of course, the front door is this big sort of place right here in the front. The back where you guys were, there are no clockworks patrolling the back, but the entrance seems to be a small like employee entrance on the side of the building.
And to be clear, there are not people camped immediately outside the back door who would see us, right?
You guys were in the back. It was completely empty other than some of the buildings, maybe like, 400 or 500 feet away. You saw like some signs of campfire and people maybe sleeping for the night in these ruins. So otherwise, this is a pretty abandoned part of town.
Back door, unless anyone brought anything that can reliably take down a clockwork construct silently in a few seconds. We're just going to get caught by the other ones.
As soon as Saruk says silently, Refi starts to put his hand down from where he was putting it up.
Yeah.
All right. To the back. Right the back.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go in the back.
All right.
So I'll just
Follow
show
your
you
lead, Annie.
guys the back way here. So as you guys can kind of come down here.
Oh, look, it's so cute. We're like in a line.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this map is a little different than I thought. I'll move you guys down here just so you can see what the back looks like. You guys kind of, go around and find like the back alley and come out in the back here. And this is like sort of the back side of the bank. The dingy cobblestone alley displays only traces of the once affluent nature of this neighborhood. Smell of refuse permeates the air. There's a weed-strewn backyard. There's some chicken wire fence with sharp razor coils of wire. But like it's been abandoned and there's like holes in the fence. So like it might as well not exist. It's signs that this was once like a well-maintained garden and it's fallen into disrepair over the years. And the small footpath leads to the building side, which is kind of this direction. And that is where the sort of employee entrance is.
Out of character, you said the smell of refuse, but you said refuse kind of fast, and I heard the smell of refy.
Smell of refuse.
I'm like, oh, you smell like shit, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose, unless anyone has any other ideas to the contrary, Saruk is going to make his way.
Yeah, I'll follow your lead on this one.
Let's try to be quiet, right?
Saruk
Oh,
nods.
why? But quiet.
The gears grumble loudly.
Yeah.
So
No, he's well and greased with bacon grease, remember?
God.
there's definitely an employee entrance on the side. The big thing here is that the doors, of course, as predicted, are locked.
So, do you want a stealth check from us as we approach?
Well, we're in exploration mode, so you guys can go ahead and tell me what you guys would be doing in this sort of exploration sort of activity, what you guys' activities would be.
Avoiding notice.
I mean, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
open a door.
Avoiding
I'm
notice.
gonna assist Saruk in opening the door.
Okay.
Hold the door.
So it sounds like, Refugule and Halbrand are definitely like skulking around, trying to stay hidden as much as possible. And it is pretty dim out here. There is like a little bit of like, maybe like a little light kind of flickering in the back here, but it's not super bright. So it's definitely dim light. And so then if you two would like to move up and try to pick this lock, you guys can go ahead and give me the stealth checks. We'll assume that everyone is avoiding notice while you're leading up to this. It sounds like that's sort of the MO of the crew. So you guys can all give me like secret stealth checks and let me know what your plan is for the door.
+2 for snacks.
+2 for snack.
I could have sworn I made that a fine.
Well, you made it private, I think, so you can see it. But that's okay. All right, so
I'm
you
still doing
guys,
the same thing. So
you guys very sneakily like move up towards the door and huddle around it, and or at least Saruk and Anita. You guys did some people got some locks tools fronted by Phoebe, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
good.
Perfect, good. You are robbing a bank. This makes sense. So, yeah, just at the look of this, let me see real quick. Yeah. So basically, the door that's in the back is a fairly simple lock. So
Okay.
none of you guys have the key. Saruk, you're gonna try to pick it. Is that correct?
Eventually. First thing, I'm very smart. I would like to look the door up and down and make sure there's not a trap that's going to go off when this opens.
Of course. Give me a secret perception check as you seek out what might be here. Okay. You give it a once over. There appears to be no signs of traps or anything like that. The only thing you really notice is that the door itself, the rest of the building looks pretty run down, and you could tell that really the only care that's been put into this place has been putting in new doors and putting in like new locks. So the locks are much newer than the rest of the construction of the building.
All right, this is going to take time, but I'll get down to it.
Oh yeah, take your time.
If I remember correctly, I think short of fumbling and breaking my lockpicks, I can just throw thievery checks ad nauseum.
Potentially, yeah. So I went ahead and put the check that you're going to make in the chat box because the module gives you cool ways to pop them in chat. So, Anita, if you're actively helping, would you like to make a aid roll here?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you can make the roll first. The DC to help, because that's the way Pathfinder is written, and the way we're playing, at least for today, is that the DC for this is going to be 20 to help.
All right. Public roll.
You can make it a public roll. That's fine.
All right. Ray Chrysler. Oh, a 90.
Okay, well that's close. It doesn't hurt, doesn't help. So, Saruk, go ahead and give me the actual roll.
Okie dokie.
17,
I
not
was
bad.
real close to a 1.
That was too.
You get your tools going, and you guys are spending some time here, like clicking through it, and you can get the sort of the lockpick in there. You're hitting a couple of the tumblers and twisting it. You feel like you've probably got about half of the tumblers set into place. So you got 2 out of the 4 tumblers locked into place. So if you guys want to continue the rolls.
Okay.
Once more.
Button here a little bit. It's a
Ooh,
20.
Anita confers
Nice.
the +1 circumstance bonus with the aid roll. Good job, Anita.
I want to. Can't say +1 for snacks. +1 for
Door.
Heck.
Smooth criminals.
hang on.
And like Hal and Refi are standing out, like keeping watch, and they're being pretty silent about what they're doing, and you can tell they're making pretty good time with it.
Is when you aid, is that a circumstance bonus? It is, isn't it?
I believe so.
It does not stack.
It doesn't stack with your lead?
So I'm going to use Annie's instead of mine because I just generated a macro. So we're going to keep it.
It is a circumstance bonus. That's true. Okay. That's good to know because Pursue Lead is also a circumstance bonus. Oh, nice.
Get me there.
All right. With the
Annie is in fact
making short work of this entrance, you guys jiggle the lock. Saruk has clicked the last tumbler into place. The whole thing goes tense. You turn the lock. There's a click, and you've unlocked the door now.
Wait.
As I unlock the door, I leave the lockpicks where they are and turn to Anita. You take those. I can see from your movements and I can hear from the way you're speaking. You're far better at this than me.
Oh, I wink at Saruk and like pull out my own lockpicks that were in my pocket this whole time.
You could have said something.
You could have asked me. Yeah.
Well, you're on point from now on. Anyway, get the boys. We have business to do.
Albert.
Get the boys. We need
Ruffy.
to make a withdrawal.
That was a
Wow!
good
Sun
Oh, if you'd like, you can feel free to open the door and move your tokens in.
Oh, right. This is Foundry. I can do that.
That's right.
Saruk, it was so tall.
So
I'm gonna go and, well, I guess when the door opens, does it seem like if I step in, will the robot see me?
you open the door, right? And as you look in, you have dark vision, correct?
I do.
Yeah. Let me just see, like, because this should be a night scene. What is that? That's a good point. What is everyone else's dark vision situation?
Nothing. I am blind. Why would?
Brent has dark vision.
Yeah. Everyone's got dark vision. So Anita, you're out here in pitch. We'll say it's dim right back here. I'll put a dim light right at the back porch, just so you can see a little bit. But as you're going into a dark building. Do you have any way to help with this?
Can Wybert help?
Wybert does have dark vision.
Low light. Yeah, I'll just hold on to Wybert's hand.
Yeah, you can't see through his eyes or share senses with him at
that's
all,
true.
but he can sort of guide you as you let him guide you through. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Annie, maybe you stay in the back.
Okay.
Okay.
Fucking see.
So as you look in, Saruk, into this room, there is no immediate signs of any sort of these clockworks. You can hear further in the bank, you can hear their sort of loud gears and their heavy footsteps as they're sort of doing their patrols deeper into the bank. But what you look into immediately is a scratched and stained round table surrounded by mismatched chairs in a small, cramped room. A series of cabinets line the southern wall, kind of right where you are. And there's a door on the northern western wall that you can tell leads towards the proper bank central area and where these sort of patrols are coming from. But it appears that you've kind of entered into like an employee break room of some sort.
Gotcha. Okay, Saruk will step in.
Yeah, I'll be right behind him.
Yep. And if you guys want to change any of these exploration activities, you can feel free to let me know.
Still trying to avoid notice.
Slinking around.
I literally don't know what any of the exploration activities are.
We have you can tell me what your character's doing and I'll map that to the activity that matches best. You don't have to tell me in game terms. If you want to do it in a more roleplay sense, that's fine.
Yeah. So then I suppose as soon as we go in, I feel like it's probably Hal that is, Saruk is letting Hal go on point because he's objectively much quieter. And it's just a, look over his shoulder, look around, listen for things that might hurt us or call the cops or perhaps both.
Okay.
Reffy's staying with Annie and Wybert to make sure Annie's okay.
Okay.
Can't see. No, I can't.
Yeah, poor Anita is completely. So if you, I'll move you into the.
Al definitely has his sword in his hand, so it doesn't bang against his leg or belt or anything.
Yeah. So we have this scene set, right? You're in this employee room. It's dark. There's clockworks marching around, making kind of loud noise. There's two weird sort of closets, almost like wooden closets right near where you are, Hal. that have like a couple of doors. Almost looks like stalls of some sort. Sorg, if you want to give me like since you're doing like the sort of like lookout role in this sort of crew, you can go ahead and give me a secret perception check, and we'll see if you maybe pick up on anything in the.
Yeah, ready.
Very nice. So, as you are looking around the room, immediately the scent wafting from those like stalls that Halbrand's sort of near lets you know that those are very clearly outhouses, or at least in-houses, right? They are in here, but they have like functional employee bathrooms here in the bank. From the smell of it, they don't have working plumbing. To your sort of south, you kind of side eye these employee lockers, and there could be valuables left behind from the employees. Probably not much, but things that people would want while they're at work, they might have left it behind. But it looks locked up in nice sort of safety, like lockers. It's like a locker room for employees to be.
Can I see, like, are the doors solid, or are they like...
I think they're solid metal.
Gotcha. Okay, second question, is there something around, like perhaps a candle or something that could be lit for a light source?
Not in the immediate vicinity. You look around, there doesn't look like there's any light sources in this room.
And then last thing, it sounds like from over here is where the sounds of Clockwork Cops are.
That is correct. The sort of heavy sounds are coming from in there. And like right now you hear like a heavy sort of footsteps kind of stop right outside the door, and you can see like that bright light kind of peering past the door, and right in that little space on the bottom of the door, the light sort of scans past, and then a moment later there's the heavy footsteps that continue their patrol.
Gotcha.
Al's gonna move up when it starts to walk away, assuming I can hear it also.
Yep, you can all hear it. It's not stealthy or subtle at all.
Cirque will do the same, drawing his multi-pistol in the ranged mode.
Think there's anything valuable in these lockers?
I doubt it.
Not worth getting into then.
No. I was hoping there would be a key, but that seems like a stretch.
It's lockers.
Right. There's lockers in here.
Anita, in your experience, do you happen to... Is there a way we can fool the constructs in the other room into thinking that we're with the bank, or not here for reasons we shouldn't be?
Well, I'm only running on a theory, but I really think that they're just here as guard constructs. So, like I said, it's a theory, but if we show that we're not threatening, I don't know if that makes any sense. But at the same time, it's also closing time, so I think that just the existence of someone or something that isn't supposed to be here would alarm them.
Remember, this is Muglin's bank. Any presence here is a threat.
So it sounds like we have three options. Option 1, we open this door and open up. Option 2, we open this door quietly. Hal goes forward and sees if he can't find a way around. Or Option 3, everyone puts their weapons up, we open this door, and hope that we don't trigger their, offensive subroutines?
It's a siren, really. So I think what's going to happen, based on what you told me earlier, is that they would blare out their sirens, and then they'd open up their chest, throw a rope at us that would tie us in, and then they try and subdue us until the shield marshals come in. So it's either we succeed at getting a distraction and then disarm one of them, or just kill them outright, which I don't think we can really do.
It's possible. Do you think that their alarm has some sort of way to... Is it just going to make a loud noise here, or is someone somewhere else going to hear it?
I think that it'll be loud enough for the shield marshal, maybe the nearest shield marshal to hear. However, I don't know how far the nearest shield marshal is.
Understood.
What? Well, how? Ah, yeah.
Trying to
Whisper
whisper.
in the corner there.
They don't come around these parts.
Oh, they
Very
don't?
rarely ever travel through this area. Nah.
I mean,
As the conversation is going on, Saruk is going to, for the sake of dotting his T's and crossing his lowercase J's, I'd like to open both doors to make sure there's not anyone waiting in there to shoot us in the back.
Reffy's gonna try to check the lockers just in case.
Okay.
can't fucking see shit, by the way, guys.
Saruk, you open each of the bathroom stalls. Like you can kind of like push the door open with like your mace and just take a peek on the ready, right, in case something's hiding for you. You just kind of get hit with a pretty rank smell floating out of there, but you can tell there's like a sort of air freshener in the air that's trying to suppress the smell. So they care enough to at least attempt to care about their employees, but not enough to make it actually clean for them. But nothing is hiding in there.
Reficule, don't steal from the common man.
There is the sort of outhouse sort of toilet seat that like goes to like a sort of tub underneath the ground. And the most surprising thing is there does seem to be like an actual functioning water sink here in the bank. And Reficule, you kind of go towards the lockers to try to like feel them out. They do feel locked, though the lock on this definitely not the same level as the lock on the door.
I'm gonna take out the lockpicks that I borrowed from Miss Phoebe's.
Okay.
And pick one of the locks.
Yes. You can go ahead and give me the thievery check if you wish. I'll pop this one in chat. These ones are... I'll put this in chat. It's actually a little lower DC than that one I put in chat. I don't think it shows you guys the DC you're rolling against it. That's fine.
It says 15.
Okay, then yes. It's actually a 10 on these.
Right.
And it's only a single. It's like so simple, it only takes one success.
That's a
All right.
22.
Yeah, you go and you pop open one of the lockers and slide it open. In this sort of locker, you find a half a stick of chalk and 5 black candles sort of in the locker.
Do I have any idea what these might be used for?
What is it? What is it?
I've got a bit of chalk. And looks like some black candles. Annie, do you ever use any black candle?
No, not really. But I mean, if you got a match with you, a candle sounds really good, right?
Saruk nods.
Right, I want to make sure as... Would my character know of any reason, like, would a black candle, like, explode or something? In Alkenstar, does a black candle signify anything?
The cursed candle of fuck you!
You can give me an occultism recall knowledge or a crafting or an Alkenstar lore. I mean, you pick the way your brain wants to work at puzzling this out, and I'll tell you what you figure out.
Right, Reffy's not trying to raise the Sanderson sisters, okay?
God damn it. We're not playing Phasmo tonight. We do that other times.
I would, I guess I would, if recall knowledge, crafting, I suppose.
Sure. Yeah, crafting. But also, Saruk, you were looking for candles and there were none, and then Refiko opened the first locker and there's 5 candles for use. So, black candles give you the spooks, Reficule. You think you're fine as long as you don't arrange the candles in a specific pattern and light them and use the sort of chalk to draw the correct patterns. But there's no doubt that these are definitely used in sort of witchcraft. But you're probably fine as long as you don't light all 5.
Kids used to tease me about these. Right. Got some candles here, Saruk. I mean, sorry. He says tusks, not Saruk.
Fortunately, the things we're about to cross arms with, well, they put off light, so everyone should be able to see them just fine.
Hal, you got a light?
I do. I'll walk over and light them up.
Yep.
Light one of the black candles and hand it to Annie.
So you light the black candle, place it on the sort of break room table, and it does light up the room. It just puts out 10 foot of dim light.
I can see.
As that's happening, while Reffy and I are in the corner, your eyes are incredibly good, human.
When you grow up on the, when you grow up with the streets, you got to learn to make your way around in the dark.
I just lock eyes with Reffy, hold his gaze for a couple seconds, and then.
Reffy does
All
not.
right.
Reffy does not blink or look away. But is that the only thing in the lockers? I'm trying to find like an employee. I'm trying to find like an employee badge or something.
No, yeah. So the way I'm picturing it, you popped open the first locker. There are definitely more lockers. If you want to take the time to pop them all, I'll just like let the roll carry, and then you can just shimmy all the locks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to steal anything. I'm trying to see if there's anything useful for us at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reveal this sort of loot token, and you can see a total of all the stuff that you do going through the lockers. There's hardly anything of value, and there's definitely no keys or anything that you might be hoping to find. But you find one that has like a basic crafter's book, one that has the black candles with a half stick of chalk, one that has like fishing tackle and a clay ocarina. One just has a pair of replacement thieves tools. So if you need to add more picks, if you break your picks and need to replace it, you have a spare set of replacement tools here. And the last is basically a half-used writing kit with like worn down markers and pastels of different colors, and what appears to be a small collection of papers sort of folded over themselves to tell a graphic story, a graphic novel of sorts.
Oh, finally, I can call Epona, get out of here. As I hold up the ocarina.
It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. She can't go in buildings.
The cover of the comic book looks like it's a sort of a kobold riding a rainbow with like a big glowy anime style eyes.
I don't know if she's watching, but Vanessa, thank you for that. That's fucking wonderful. You'll love to see it.
And then there's the heavy footsteps outside the door again as it stops, and that light sort of scans under the bottom. And about like 10 minutes or so has passed since the last patrol came by.
Refugule won't take anything, but he'll leave the door open for Annie.
All right, we ready?
Sir nods.
It's leaving.
Wait, have you time? Can we
10 minutes.
at this point, like since we've been here for a bit, like have we figured out the time it takes for them to take a stand, take the torch out, like every how many minutes or so do they
You've only
do this
been in
thing?
this room for about 10 minutes at this point, and when you first came in to now, it feels like it's been about 10 minutes or so. I don't know if anyone has any timekeeping implementations on them, but it feels like in your internal clock is about 10 minutes. But you haven't spent enough time in here to be sure that you know the full extent of their sort of patrols, but you feel good in knowing it's been about 10 minutes since the last one came by the store.
And right now they're just patrolling, they're not doing the scan, right?
You saw the light come through the bottom of the door that let you know that they were scanning.
Okay. I mean, we could wait. Albert, I think we could wait while they're doing that. I think we can wait until the light disappears again, and then...
It just disappeared.
So we should go now.
It just
Alright.
disappeared.
Okay, it's hard for me to see.
That's okay. You can see the loot pretty good, I see, but...
There's a black candle, but...
Mm-hmm. Come
Come on,
on,
Hal.
you.
Albert.
I will open the door.
All right, go ahead and open that door. You see like a bit of footsteps kind of walking off into this direction. And as you peer into the lobby of the bank, you are at this point in the kind of proper lobby, although you guys are sort of on the back half of the employee section. So between you and the main lobby is all the bank tellers. There's like 3 tellers, and there is a desk that kind of goes across the middle. Heavy iron bars from like desk to almost the top of the ceiling where there's spike pointed at the top. That makes it hard to cross. But to your left, Hal, there is sort of a side door that's usually probably during bank hours closed. But since you guys are here at night, the door is just left wide open, and you can see one of these clockwork kind of walking through that past where you guys are, out towards the lobby proper. And you do see like worn stone floors, threadbare furniture defining the aesthetic of this establishment. The table where the tellers are, I already talked about those, the iron bars with the points on top. But to your right from where you guys are, you can kind of get a glimpse of like a heavy iron vault door, not far from where you are. Stick your head out. Yeah, and this one, by the way, gets about up here, and then stops, and it's starting to do one of these scans right in the middle of the room.
Gotcha. Wait till he finishes his scan, and then I will move up to this area in my little crouch tactical duck walk, so I can still look around the corner to see if he exits that area. And I'm gonna close the door right back.
Yep.
And I'll point towards Refugiol and Saruk the other way behind the.
That's amazing, Hal. Where'd you get that cardboard box that you fit around yourself as you're walking?
He is sort of like using the bank teller as a visual blocker between him and the thing, so he doesn't quite need the cardboard box. But Hal, you can go ahead and make the secret stealth check here. So you guys all watch as like Hal's like, basically, I'll be back, and slips out, closes the door behind him, and just goes into the lobby where these things are patrolling. What are you guys doing back in the room?
I thought I saw a snake. Snake?
It's just in my boot.
I'm looking for a white bird.
I feel like leaving it open is probably the better call.
Hal's gonna point towards the vault, and then he'll point back here.
Did you close the door behind you or leave it open?
I left the door open.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. So you
The GM and I click on the door
at
at
the same time, yeah. So you,
Mm-hmm.
you scoot across and you point at him. You can see the vault like door right here, Hal. It is no joke. This whole vault door is, probably like 15 feet across. Heavy sort of like metal combination lock on the front with like keyholes on the side.
Can I poke my head around the corner and see if that guy's moved away from the door?
Yep.
I'd like to close that door.
Yep. So you move out to like sort of close that door as this thing is like walking away, and you use that moment to sneak up towards the door. So go ahead and move yourself up to the door. And I think at that point there's like a stop, and the whole body is like kind of faced away from you, but the head sort of turns 180 degrees straight back and like locks eyes with you, Hal, because you, by the way, you got an 18 on your stealth, but you did not. You know what? I take that back. You just barely close the door in time, right? You close the door before it locks eyes on you, but you are aware that it might have like sensed something, but it does not see you. But you have a sense that it might now be like aware of something out of the norm in this like kind of quiet space.
All right.
Does he get a bonus to stealth for cover?
Yes, and that is what made the difference here.
Our saving grace.
And yeah, you do have Slink, which allows you to move 5 feet farther than your speed. It's all playing in here for sure, but these things are very perceptive. And so you close the door, but remember, you close the door, but the bottom half is the door. The top half is just iron grates going like up. So you're crouched low, but if you like poke up just a little bit, it's gonna see you, right?
Like the goal here is close the door so the thing that doesn't have a brain and presumably cannot open doors will be like, obstacle detected, and then go somewhere else.
Yeah, so you close the door. The lock here, there is a locking mechanism, but it doesn't look to be a latch or a deadbolt. It's like a key.
Understand.
With the door shut, Saruk is gonna move in.
Yeah, the sort of giant broker guy. You know what? Because we're doing this and like order matters and stuff, we're gonna roll initiative. He's not aware of you. He's not fighting you, but he is gonna take his turn in order with you guys and see if he can see what you guys are doing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I'll bop back here before we.
So I'm gonna start an encounter, and I'm gonna add this guy to it.
I'll take the entire party is rolling stealth for initiative for 500, Alex.
Oh, I mismoved. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Most people were avoiding notice. I think it makes sense for everyone to be stealthier because we are trying to avoid being noticed by these things, presumably. Hal, your a sort of stealth is going to carry over.
Do I get my 10 paces for this?
Yeah. I mean, we're rolling initiative, so I guess so.
Alright. That'd be a 25 for FAQ.
Saruk has an 11.
A 10 for Anita.
Put on a little more intense music for
This
this.
track is really good. This is so much better than the combat music we were listening to before. This is dope.
Yeah, this is a little bit
Definitely
tense.
not anxiety inducing at all.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so the first person to go is this sort of gold tank broker who he gets his
Of
turn. I
course.
think in this case, what I'm gonna have him do is like do the thing he did. He stopped. He sort of turned his head around to see what was going on. I think he spends his turn sort of opening his flap, and you see that torchlight that we were talking about. And I'll put sort of a light on him just to show what it looks like. The light shines in your direction, right? And I think with that, like, he just sort of spends his turn turning your direction. I'm not going to give him his first turn because he's not actually done anything. I'll get everyone a turn first. So that brings us to Reficule.
Right. I'm gonna delay my turn.
Okay. You let me know when you want to pop in. Al.
I'm going to delay my turn.
Okay. Saruk.
I'm going to also delay my turn.
Nice. Anita.
Delaying my turn. I can't see shit.
Okay. So then the end of the round comes. Everyone's delayed their turn. So like,
I'll hide. Try to hide.
yeah, I mean you're already hidden, right?
Okay.
At this point, you are considered hidden.
None of us want to move yet.
But do you want to do anything else? Everyone just wants to like hunker down and wait, see if what happens.
Can I use
It
like,
seems
would
like the
hold
plan is wait till that thing moves.
An attack action if it comes through.
Okay. Yeah. So you probably need to use an action to get your weapon of choice out, right? So what are you getting out?
It's already out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went through the door, I said I'm taking my sword out because I don't want it to bang against my leg or the
Yep.
The
Perfect.
belt.
So you got the sword out. There is the sort of it would have partial cover because of the bars, but you could easily like right through the bars if you needed to, right? Yep. Exactly. So you
really
get the sword
don't
out
know
and you're
what's
just holding
going
an action in case. What's the trigger?
He
like,
comes through.
if he
He comes through the door.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't really see what's going on from my vantage point, so I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Same.
Any other actions you want to take before I give the clockwork its turn?
Well, I guess I would draw my pistol just because it's a free action anyway.
Yep.
And I would have stepped on my turn then.
10 paces. Okay.
Like Saruk doesn't have anything. My mace multi-pistol is drawn in the ranged mode, but I don't think I have.
And then I would hide again.
Okay. Perfect. So it's using its clockwork torch ability, its spotlight ability, which gives it a little bit of a bonus on its perception check. So it's gonna make an active perception check in the direction you're at. You are blocked. So you do get with total cover. You're gonna have a +4 bonus to your sort of stealth. So what's your stealth DC?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry, Hal.
I have a +5 stealth.
Okay.
Class DC is
So
17.
your DC would be 15, and then with the cover, it'd be 19. So this thing
That's
rolls
27.
a 27, which is a critical success. Not quite a critical success.
Jesus.
It's a success. But with its spotlight ability that it has, anything within this sort of cone, the 30-foot cone it's looking at, it's, successes count as critical successes. These things are built for one thing, and that is detecting people sneaking into the bank. And with its sort of look, it notices like something up. It's aware. It doesn't see you, but it's aware of something. You're now concealed, but not hidden. And I think its sort of second action is going to be its siren ability. So it uses second and third action siren, right? It emits such a high-pitched, loud noise, like a bell starts ringing. Anyone within 500 feet of the bank can hear this, right? You guys are within 100 feet, within 30 feet. So you can see how it works, right? If you're within 100 feet, you have a -2 circumstance penalty to anything that's hearing based. Secondly, anyone within 30 feet, which at this point is Hal only. You need to make a fortitude save. Okay, that's fine. You got a success. So you can hear auditory normal. I mean, it's loud, but it's not drowning out your hearing at this point. Which, on the other end of the bank, the siren sort of causes the other one to stop doing what it's doing and sort of like turn and stride over in this direction as well. And that's their turn. Reficule.
Ah, bollocks. And I'm going to spend an action to move.
Okay.
I can move 25 feet, right? Even though it's through.
Yes. Yep, that is correct.
Right. But I still have my thieves' tools in my other hand. I never really put them away from locking the key.
It's fine with me if you'd like to.
All right. Can I use the thieves' tools with one hand?
Yes, you can.
So I'm going to try to pick this lock.
Okay, so I'll tell you this, right? There's a lock on this side of the door, right?
Mhm.
And that is like a keyhole. Right in the middle of the bank vault itself, there's no keyholes. There's just a giant combination lock.
Mm.
All right. I'll try to pick the lock of the keyhole then.
Okay, yeah, you move up to the keyhole. Go ahead and make DC 15 thievery check for this lock. So it is 2 actions to do this, to sort of disable the device.
It's fine. That'll
Has
be
a reaction.
Ooh, there we go. So Saruk uses a reaction to clue you in.
Leans around the door and probably just curses under his breath a lot, and somehow that is very endearing for Refi. I'm speaking his language.
Yeah, you can drag the clue in effect to Reficule before you make the roll, and it should give you the circumstance bonus on it.
fancy. All right. Indeed it did.
Perfect. Look at that foundry.
That's a 24.
24 is a success, not quite a critical success. So you start moving the locks in, you start moving the tumblers and feeling it. Same as before, you've got 1 success out of the 2 needed to pop this lock.
Right, that's my turn.
That is all 3 actions. All right.
Don't forget to
Hal.
hydrate.
Oh yeah, hydrate. Thank you, Luke. Unliving Luke in chat. I've almost finished my coffee. I got to move on to my water.
I've already finished my energy drink. I didn't fill up my water. I'm sorry, Unliving Luke. I betrayed you.
All right, Halbrent.
I can delay again, right?
Yeah. Everyone kind of delayed, so I didn't move anyone in initiative order. I just kind of left you guys in the same order. But yeah.
I'll delay. I'll probably just end up holding my attack until see if it comes through.
I'm going to update these walls because I think technically you probably should have a normal sight, like through these doors at least. I think you'd be able to see through them. So now, at least, you get a sense of what's going on. Because the bars, right? If
Thank
you
you.
kick your head over.
Yep. I probably will hold my attacks if it comes through.
So same thing, you're not going to delay your turn, you're just going to hold in action.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't see this order changing before top of the round.
perfect. Saruk.
Okay, so I suppose we will move into the room. Oh, God. Do I have, if I move into the room, given how the desks and things are set up, do I have, like, cover? Is line of sight broken, or do I need to, like, worry about moving quietly?
If you want to move without letting, because the only person that they've really noticed at this point, they're focused on Hal, right? So they are aware how you're still hidden to them from back here in this room. Reficule is definitely not, because he just kind of wandered out and started picking the lock. If you want to stay hidden, it would take a sneak.
Got it. So then that's, I move at half my speed, right?
Yeah. So it'd be 10 feet, right?
Gonna do, yeah. So I suppose how that shakes out is I'm going to move 5, 10 into the room for 1, trying to sneak.
Okay, go ahead and make that stealth check.
Do you want it in secret?
Let's just make it public just so it's easier for everyone right now.
Gotcha.
I don't think the secret...
Paul.
Come on.
Excellent, 'cause I'd really like
All
to
right,
know if
Tusk,
I need to
crack
roll.
on.
20.
Nice.
with your roll and the cover there, you're pretty hidden.
At which point, I look over and I see that there's definitely a combination lock on the front of this, which means we need some kind of code. I'm gonna go see if I can't find something somewhere written down where the code might be. Be careful. And for the rest of my turn, I suppose it's just we're gonna sneak and then we're gonna sneak.
Yep. Go ahead.
Do you want 2 individual stealth checks?
1 stealth check per sneak, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Pursue a lead.
First roll's looking pretty good.
Nice. And second one. We are so good at Pathfinder. They can't catch us. You know why? We are too damn pretty.
Ooh, natural 20. Very nice.
Ooh.
So Saruk.
See those crits in chat.
Yeah, Chris in chat. There we go. Saruk, Chris in chat. You sneak across big orc using the cover and just moving in the darkness. And you're pretty hidden.
Yeah.
And that is me.
All right, Anita. Now here's the problem with Anita.
Alright.
Anita's looking into a dark room and hears all this going on, but like has no idea, can't see at all, right?
Nothing at all.
You're next to the table. If
so-
you want to pick up the candle as an interact action, I can let you do that, unless you have some other way to get light.
No, yes, please. Can I, with one hand, pick the candle up?
Yes.
Okay.
So
and
I'll
so
give
that's
you
my first-
10-foot dim light off of you,
Alrighty.
and I'll turn off the table light. So now you're the source of light, so you have a black
I'm
candle.
the source of light. Okay, hang on. So I'm gonna walk 1, 2, 10 feet. Okay, I see Refi. Can I, like, free action ask Refi if he needs help with what he's doing?
Sure.
Refi, what are you doing?
It's very loud, right? You're whispering. It's like there's an alarm.
Oh god, I wasn't ready for that at all. Holy shit.
Is there?
I
Is
thought like my computer was blue screening.
I wonder if. Ooh, yeah, I gotta look at this. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Can 2 people try and unlock a door?
Yeah, as long as you move next to it, you guys can shoulder in and do it with your action.
Alright.
No, like this, Refi. Move, picks lock.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do then. How many? 1, 2.
I'm not seeing a alarm noise from the Sirenscape's house.
Oh,
So
Alright.
I feel like the alarm noise not being here is for the best.
Thankfully.
Right.
okay.
So let's see. So you
Crack on
that's
there,
25
Annie.
feet, so you can move to there.
So I would like to try and pick this lock as well.
Sure. So let's talk about like hands and like stuff, right? Because you can have a bandolier wearing one set of tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the only way you can draw and use it is if you're wearing it actively as your tool set. So is these tools the thing that Anita's wearing that you can pull pretty quick?
No.
Then it would take another action to
Okay.
draw them out. And it does take 2 actions to disable a lock.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. So I took the candle. I walked out. I just need to be out so that I know what I'm.
That's a good point. I forgot. You picked up the candle, which was your first action. You walked out, which was your second. You actually don't have enough actions to even attempt it this turn anyway.
Yeah. So my third action, I'm gonna like buy the candle and try and sneak.
Well, moving out to where you did without a sneak, you've already given up your position.
Oh, okay. So do I sneak first and then move, or what?
Sneak is a different move than stride. You make a stealth check, you can only move up to half your speed. So you wouldn't be able to get here if you were sneaking.
Okay. So I'm a sneak. So like, that would use up all my 3 actions to get to here if I'm sneaking.
If you sneaked, I would let you do the pick up the candle and then 2 sneaks to get to here. So if you want to retroactively do that, then sure,
Mhm.
just give me 2 stealth checks.
Yes, please. Okay.
That's
so,
fine.
2 stealth
We don't
checks.
usually do a lot of stealth mechanics, though. It's new to some of the players. Except for Richard. Richard
Yeah.
knows very well how stealth works.
Right, but I had all the feats to let me do all the fun stuff.
That's true.
I used to just barrel through everything. 13. I would like to use a hero point for that.
All right,
one,
hero
just to
point
be
it up.
safe. That's not my initiative, sir.
That's
So
not
I'm just gonna
foreshadowing at all.
reroll that. That's a 20
Nice.
for my first one.
First one, you sneak out. You can move, halfway there with being hidden. Go ahead and make the second one.
Okay, Mary Chrysler. See, that's the thing. I didn't say Mary Chrysler at first.
You forgot to invoke the mighty Chrysler.
19.
Perfect. You guys are getting pretty sneaky over here. So you move to where
Okay.
you are and get in position ready.
I'm just like leaning against the vault. Like, I have
Yep.
no fucking clue what's happening.
And they're all sneaking behind me, and I'm just like, "You've already been found out. What the fuck you doing?
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Hang on a
Do you
second.
not hear the fucking blaring alarm?"
I do.
Saruk, it is your turn.
Okie doke. Well, I suppose I'm gonna. They don't know I'm here, so I'm gonna try one more sneaky sneak
Okay.
to this door. It's gonna go so great. You know what? I think I'd like to use a hero point.
Hero
as well.
point.
Heck!
Hero pointed up. Same exact roll.
Damn it. Womp womp.
So I think in that moment, like as you sneak across this teller's thing, the other clock that's looking up sort of catches you, and you catch its eye as it sees you. I think the one that's really far over here where Hal is. Oh, you know what? No, thanks to the cover, I think you just make it. This is one of those situations where when you're actively making the check, you just have to meet the DC, not beat it. So you met the creature's DC, so you are hidden from it.
Okay, cool. And then second action, I'm just going to blindly interact to open this door, not knowing if it's trapped or has another alarm or is locked.
Yep. You go to interact and open the door, and it's locked. You could give it a nice shoulder charge and try to bust through, but you would give up your hiddenness, right?
Yeah. I think I'll just try to pick it quick. I think I can do that in the span of one action, yeah.
It's technically 2 actions to disable a device.
Yeah.
It is 2 actions
Right.
to disable the device, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if pick and disable are different.
Well, that's a good point.
To the archives!
Yeah.
Away!
So is pick different than disable a device? That's a good question.
I think locks picks a specific action itself.
Pick a lock is 2 actions. Okay, cool. So, can't do that. I think instead...
Force
I
open
want-
might be, but
Don't you bait me, that would be loud.
well, no louder than the giant alarms currently going
But
off.
no louder than the giant... Yeah, you know what? You're right, though. I'll take the bait. I'm gonna...
Yeah, I mean, you all have circumstance bonuses to the auditory hearing things, right? Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so then I suppose with my last action, we will take the bait. I will just try to shoulder check the door open.
All right, that'd be force open, and I think you can use your athletics for that.
Indeed. Acha.
14 is not quite enough to force open this door. It's been a little bit reinforced, and like we said earlier, the doors are definitely the newest. The doors and locks are the newest construction in this place, because security seems to be their ultimate priority. And as you bounce off the door, it gives a little bit. You feel like you were right on the cusp of breaking it down, but unable to. I'll let your stealth carry over from the previous roll, and I won't have the robot actually, or the clockwork actually see you.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's turn then.
All right, first up, with the sort of like spotlight on, right? Like moves 15 feet forward with its stride action. It's right within striking distance of you now, Hal, if you'd like to take your action, or do you want to wait?
I was specifically holding it for it to come through the door.
Yep. You see these things, and I haven't shown you guys like a proper image of them yet, so I think this is probably a good time for me to pop open the character artwork and show them to you guys in all its glory. They do have sort of like opposable hands and fully functioning like humanoid body shapes. And
Damn it,
dare
they've got
they.
thumbs.
they have thumbs.
How dare they?
Fuck. I thought they were dogs. Shit.
Oh, dare.
See, I should have shown the art earlier. And it reaches down, and with the door closed, and it notices the door's closed, which is already out of its routine. It does like interact to like open the door, and the door flies open, flooding this with light, and Anita can now see some light coming that way. So this could trigger. Is it coming through or just opening that you wanted to be? Because I think his next action is going to be stride past you. So
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it gets past.
okay.
Well, I guess it would be coming through the door. So once it gets here, my action would go off.
Yep, you can go ahead and attack it. You are hidden from it. So you can go ahead. Oh, you're concealed from it, not hidden. But I think you still. I'll give you the circumstance bonus. Just take the circumstance bonus.
And what is that?
Be flat-footed then.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. I'll mark him as flat-footed for this strike.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to use snagging strike.
I think technically because it's concealed, you wouldn't, but I'm feeling lenient here, so go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to use snagging strike to strike it with my longsword and then grab onto his shoulder and pull it towards me.
Perfect.
Provided I can hit it. What's the circumstance bonus?
The circumstance bonus is he's flat-footed. I've already marked it, so you're good. Just target him and then make your attack.
Oh, I got to target him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can't wait to watch the fighter crit this thing to death in one shot. I didn't jinx that at all.
That's 26.
Wow. So his siren went off for like a bit, but he didn't continue the siren, so it was like one loud pierce for a few seconds. The siren has subsided. He steps forward, and you crit him with this strike. That is a crit.
Oh,
Let's see those Hal crits in chat.
Yeah, Hal crits in chat. Everyone, honestly, this would have been a crit even without the flat-footedness. That's how good your roll was. Fighters, man.
That's 12
fighters.
damage because I rolled a 2. But it is also because I hit him with an attack and I was using Slink. It is also now with a snagging strike. Excuse me. And my one hand was free. It is flat-footed until the start of my turn, or no longer in reach.
So he walks past you, gets to here, you snagging strike him. He's now, as long as he stays within 5 feet of you, he's flat-footed everyone as you got one arm around this sort of bot. But that's all 3 of his actions, so he can't go anywhere from there. The one over here, he just has to spend his actions, or its actions, to move over towards you guys. 25-foot speed, so one action here. This one comes up over here, sees you popped out, grabbing his sort of other compatriot, and he strikes at you with his javelin, Hal.
Yep. AC is 17.
All right, let's see. That's a natural 1 on the dice, but you know what? Thank you to Phenomenally CJ in chat who gave me a hero point. I can flip the tables, and since Richard's usually one that opens with a natural 1 and a hero point, I'm going to take my hero point.
I don't think that's exactly rules as written.
Oh no!
24 turns a critical miss into a hit. Definitely not a crit though. All right, Hal, you take 6 points of piercing damage. But that's all of their turns. I think out in the front now, there are the ones that were sort of out patrolling the front, hearing the siren. You can kind of see them both sort of in the front windows peering in, and the 2 on the front patio can't get in because the door's locked, but they are aware of what's going on in here, so they look like they're probably primed to start sirening up themselves. But since this is a tense moment and it is break time, do we want to stop right here and take a break in the middle of combat? I think this is a good sort of moment to take our break. So otherwise this might go on for a long time.
Might go on a little bit of time.
But yeah, you know what? Congratulations on the opening attack of the campaign being a crit.
Nice.
Oh.
You didn't even murder a dog over it. I'm so proud of you.
Right?
Only a dog of the law, almost.
So,
which is even better.
While we're at break, take a moment here to support us on Recall Knowledge. Head on over to twitch.tv/Recall Knowledge to follow us there. We humbly accept your subscriptions, including Amazon Prime. If you have them, it's free. Send our support your way, or you send your support our way. On youtube.com/Recall Knowledge, you can catch up on our past shows. Make sure to catch up on some of their campaigns. Subscribe there to help us, support us there. Look for Recall Knowledge podcasts everywhere. And in the meantime, I'm going to play some clips. We're going to take a 10-minute break. It's 8:33. We'll be back around 8:45 to wrap up the rest of the bank heist. I love the idea that you went to go pick a lock, Reficule, and it's like, where's the lock? Where's the lock? It's a giant, oversized combination lock, and you're like, fuck.
Right.
How many actions to guess? 1, 1, 1. Fuck. 1, 1, 2. Fuck.
It's more of a dial, right? It's like the oversized dial.
That's you and Annie's thing. I'm gonna go shoot some stuff.
So we'll be right back in In 10 minutes, get a drink, stretch your legs, and don't go anywhere. We'll see you at 8:45. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that break. We're getting right back into the action because we ended on a cliffhanger. Let's go to the battle screen. So, when we left off, it was Reficule's turn.
Right. Hearing a bit of commotion from the other side. And, Annie, you got this lock. Yeah? Right. I think Hal's in a wee bit of a spot. Certainly made bags of it. Alright. And I'm going to... Stride.
Okay.
And shoot the clockwork right in his shining face.
Perfect.
That's flat-footed.
Yep, this one in the front is flat-footed because Hal is snagging striked it. Also, thank you in chat from Charlie Gaming SCP, who also redeemed to give the GM a hero point. Man, the crowd loves the GM more.
I don't like this new feature.
What is this? Why are y'all against
Seems more like a bug
Right.
than a feature.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
It is flat-footed, so you feel free to go ahead and make that attack roll, target, and make the attack roll.
Alright.
Yeah, it sounds fair,
My
right?
finely crafted dueling pistol.
I like that.
Reject and refund.
I'm going to use a hero point.
13 is a miss,
Yes.
so hero point sounds like a good idea. If
One
you'd like to give
moment here.
Reficule a hero point, now would be a good time. You know what? I
What?
haven't given a hero point out at all, so let me just think of all the interesting stuff that happened tonight.
Nothing.
What was the most interesting moment?
Alright.
has-
Magical kobolds that
Reroll
fight the
to
undead.
hero.
Best.
That'd be a 28.
Nice.
That's a critical hit.
Oh, yes. Oh, nice.
Crits in chat. Reficule crits in chat.
That would be 20 points of damage.
Woohoo!
I'd say remind me to not piss you off, but that's our whole thing.
The clockwork like explodes and like its lifeless body sort of like drops like junk parts. The little like bell siren like whining out. And as it like sort of falls to the ground and dies, it actually glows brighter because the little housing around the like internal flamethrower torch like just lights up the room.
And then explodes.
And then uses its reaction to nuke.
Oh, not yet.
Third action, I'll use my Reconter's Reload. Not sure it's really going to work, but I'll try to demoralize.
You tried to demoralize the other robot. I will give you a hero point, Reficule. A for the crit and B because I haven't given a hero point all session and you just hit a crit and use a hero point. Just take a hero point. And
Alright.
also you get a hero
Which
point if you can explain to me how you affect this mindless creature with your demoralize.
Oh, it's not going to work. I'm literally going to tell him, like, you want to end up like a pile of scrap like your friend here?
Okay.
Ever heard the saying, an eye for an eye?
Yeah. And then as I'm reloading him, Hal, you alright there? Quit acting the maggot and come help
It
us.
is in fact immune to your wit.
But I reload at least, so.
Alright, that brings us to Hal.
All right, I would like to snagging strike this creature with my longsword.
Go for it.
17.
17 will hit.
All right, he is now flat-footed until start of my next turn or until he moves away from me.
Yep, as long as you're within 5 feet with an open hand.
That is 10 damage.
Not bad, not bad. I do have to say, and I missed this the first time, he is resistant to your physical damage.
Alrighty.
So he is taking a little bit less than you expect, being a big, husking, metallic thing, but it wouldn't have made a difference on the last one, at least.
I will do it again, but he should be flat-footed now. I will strike him a second time.
This one will take the multiple attack penalty.
I'll probably use a hero point just for that. Reroll using hero point.
Hero
12 will miss.
point?
Reroll. Oh boy,
That's a
that's
natural 20.
more Chris in chat for Hal. Whew. Go ahead and roll the damage on that.
We're so good at
18
Pathfinder, guys.
damage.
We are so good at
No,
Pathfinder.
listen. He's
No,
resistant
stop
to this. He's
it.
gonna be fine. He's not fine. Yeah, so he drops dead as well. He falls down, pile of bolts, and he begins glowing with his light as well.
Can I hunker down here and hide?
Yeah. You can duck back down and hide from the other two that are like peering in the front window.
Yep. Stealth check. If I can get to my skills, I will make a stealth check.
Perfect.
And that is my turn.
All right, Anita.
All right, so I would like to drop the candle that's on my hand.
Just drop it to the floor. Okay, the candle clatters to the floor.
Do you drop it like it's hot?
Yes,
God.
it's very hot, Ruffy. And then for my first action, I'm going to grab my thieves' tools
Uh-huh.
and then use 2 actions to try and figure out this combination.
All right, I will put that check in chat. You can click that check.
All right, Mary Chrysler. That would be a 14.
14 is gonna be a fail.
Fail. Yeah. That's all my 3 actions.
Yep, you're trying to do the lock and you make no progress on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is all your actions. Saruk.
Okie dokie. So then outside, I presume I can see through the door because the door has some sort of glass on it. Does it look like our clockwork cop is going to start doing its siren thing?
Yeah,
still,
so this
or
is
because
it's
the
actually
material-
not a window as much as it's just like iron bars open to the outside.
Okay.
And looking at it, it's doing the same thing the last one did, which is like getting ready to do its siren.
Okay, so then we don't have the chance. The other 2 being down has not changed things. So targeting our friend, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to devise us a stratagem.
He does have, standard cover just through the window. Ooh, that was so close to being a 20 on my screen. But your stratagem roll is going to be a 9.
And I think that's the answer for am I going to attack
Yep.
him or not.
That's
So
investigators,
then
right?
9! Instead, I'm gonna just have a conversation with this door. Knock knock!
Combination code.
Hey, door, how you hanging?
Oh,
There you go.
Off the hinges.
that's a critical success, and you bust the door
Let's
off
go.
its hinges and into the room. Yeah, and what you see inside, an elaborately decorated office with mahogany wall panels and a matching desk with a
Mahogany.
surface so shiny it's a little reflective even in the dark light. 2 healthy-looking potted plants and a sort of oversized, nice-looking desk. This is definitely the manager's office at a glance.
So I would sneak in there, but I just fucking door checked the door, so I feel like the proverbial jig is up if anyone's in here. So I'm just gonna stride on in. 5, 10, 15, heck, 20, and probably just hang out. Well, I'll resolve there, I guess.
Okay.
And then bastard.
Yep. Okay. So out in the front patio, out in front with you can watch. They are trying to get in, but they can't. So they're gonna do the thing they've been programmed to do, which is they both go into siren mode, and they both just immediately start putting off high pitched siren noise to draw any attention they can to the bank.
Jig is up.
Ruffy
They finally found us.
We got an escape.
We'll all just reroll sprites right now, and we'll escape through the toilet.
Ruffy, you're up.
I will, let's see. Right. 20, 25. Do I hear them coming out from the front then, right? Sirening?
Yeah, loud sirens just coming in through those front barred windows.
Alright. I will stride forward. Will I have seen any of them as walking through? No, right? Then I would take a second stride.
Okay.
I can see this one, right?
Yep, right through the window, just like kind of transformed into a siren mode. It takes 2 actions every turn to do this siren.
Sorry, 25 feet. Get a better And I'm just gonna shoot.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and take that shot. He does have cover through the window.
I'm going to use the hero point that he gave
Use
me.
the hero point I just gave you. All right, do it.
Woo! Nice.
That's a 22.
That will hit. Hit, but not a crit.
Hit, but not a crit, unfortunately. 5 points of damage.
Okay. 5 points of damage. Oh, remember, it is resistant 2. So technically it takes just 3.
That's my turn.
All right. Halbrant.
I'll probably move this thing out of the way if the door closes inwards
Yeah.
or outwards, so I can reclose that door that Refugee just ran through.
Yep. You go ahead and push that, and you can close the door if you'd like.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to not close the door. Sorry.
Okay.
And I'm going to move. I'm going to stride down here to keep my eye on the back door.
Okay.
That's one. Can I get closer? And I will get closer towards the back door.
Okay.
To the
Yeah,
second
you can
stride.
go ahead and move the second stride closer to the back door. That works.
Can I hide?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth here in the dim light.
That is a 7. I'm super hidden.
Super hidden.
Wybert's looking at me.
Right? Rybert's in there with you, just like deadpan staring.
That's my
Stop
turn.
looking at me, Wybert.
Smelling like bacon.
Anita.
All right, same thing. 2 actions to try again and pick this lock.
Yep.
So that'll be a thievery check, Mary Chrysler. That's 19.
That's enough. With that last
Oh,
bit,
cool.
you get your tools in there, you turn the last tumblers, you give it a turn, the whole key turns to the side, the whole lock turns to the side, and you've unlocked this lock.
Okay, how many locks are there?
There's, as far as you can see, there's this lock and the combination lock on the safe.
Okay, now the combination lock. I just yell out, if you guys need my help, just let me know, but one lock's open. Refi, let me know if you need Wybert. Saruk, I don't know where you are.
Just get that door open, Annie!
All right. Then for my last action, I am going to hide.
Blindly guess the combination.
Yeah.
mean-
No, that's 2 actions though, right?
It is 2 actions to it counts as sort of a, picking a lock.
Okay, so I will, for my last action, I'll take cover.
Okay.
I mean, didn't Nina mention her elaborate time as a safecracker in her backstory before?
Jeez.
8 pages of safe cracking. Saruk, we cut over to the bank manager's office where Saruk is currently in the middle of the office looking around. You can hear out in the main lobby the other loud sirens have kicked up.
Fuck. And we're gonna walk our happy asses back here, and then I would like to scan the desk for anything that might have, a combination on it.
Okay. You do a quick toss. The desk drawers don't lock at all, so you're able to just sort of kind of go through if you want to use an interact action to go through the desk and see what you can find. But
Yeah, sure.
yeah, you are able to and I'll reveal it here, what's in the desk. This loot icon right there. But anyways, you open one of the bottom drawers and you see what looks like a sort of bookkeeping for the bank, and underneath it is a satchel of silver.
Gotcha.
So you don't find there's no slip of paper that says bank combination on it, but there is this sort of ledger.
Gotcha. I guess I will. Can I flip through the ledger to try to find anything in the span of one action?
Yeah,
Just,
during this turn, going over to the desk, pulling this out, flipping it open, and kind of looking through it. Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and give me a perception check. This would be an investigate action.
Alrighty. You want a blinder now?
Really quickly to see what you can.
Investigator, investigate.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
that's the name of the class.
Okay. That's what I do. And I do it pretty well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the first few pages of this of this ledger is actually mostly like employee, like generic basic HR info, including names and addresses of everyone that works at the bank. So you don't find, a combination, but you do find the address of some people who might know the combination, including the name of the manager. Their name is Urkham Dresch.
Got it.
And the other thing you find with that roll, and that's pretty good, you're pretty sure this is like sort of the central ledger and bookkeeping for the Muglin's money laundering operation. So this would probably be pretty valuable and give you good leverage over Muglin in the right hands. And if someone had time to sort of crack it, it would probably go a long way. And probably somebody like Phoebe, who's very interested in taking Muglin down, would be really excited to see such information. And you guys probably might as well.
In which case, I'll tuck it on the inside of a bandolier.
Tuck it in for later.
And then, I guess there's nothing like on top of the desk or behind or anything. It's like, I should check that. Maybe that has the code.
Right. Yeah, you've tossed the desk pretty well. The rest of there's like standard bank paperwork and things that look like, records and deposits and withdrawals and the sort of balance of the current vault. If you spend a little more time, you might be able to uncover a little bit more. But I think with this quick few seconds you've spent looking at it, that's probably what you get.
Sounds good. Okie doke.
And that's
that's me then.
That is a hero point donation to Anita from Hallowed RPG. Gee, I wonder who Hallowed RPG is.
Hallowed meta game.
Top of the round. They're both of these things do their siren, but this one that's here targets Reficule and throws the javelin it has through the metal bars at you. You have the same cover, that it had against you. But let's see if this thing is able to strike you with the javelin. That is a 16.
I believe
it misses.
That does miss me.
Yeah, so the javelin flies past you and hits the sort of wooden counter with all the pins and paperwork, like the bank slips that all the customers come in to fill out. It hits that and wobbles, and it continues to blare its sirens. I think on this side, yeah, honestly, the one over here,
Gee, thanks, Nina.
can't do anything except for continue to siren.
Just continue to yell very loudly.
Yep, and the longer this goes on, the more likely someone comes to investigate. Nina also redeemed Saruk, gets a hero point. Amazing. But Reficule, it is your turn.
Alright, I will reload for one action and shoot this guy again for another.
Go for it.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a critical hit.
That would be a 28.
Ooh, let's
Even with the
go.
cover, that's still a critical hit.
Damn.
Smoothest of fucking criminals.
That's
Only
a
8
low
points of
damage roll.
damage. That's a low damage roll.
Oh,
Especially with it
alright. So
taking less damage. You deal a lot of damage to it. The bullet kind of rattles off its metal shell exterior and it doesn't die.
But it doesn't seem like they're trying to come inside, right?
They do not seem like they're trying to come inside. They just seem like they're just giving off a loud alert.
Right. How's that door coming, honey?
One down. I still got the entire vault to figure out. So if you can find a combination, that would really help.
Right, well, that's Tusk's job. I'll just reload. Stay where I am.
Actually, Ruffio, can you give me because you're standing so close, I'm gonna need you to give me a fortitude save against the siren effect. So you might be deaf. No, you're good.
Oh.
18.
Yep. Or was that all your actions? You have more actions?
Oh no, that's all 3. Reload, shoot, reload.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay.
Albrent is going to pop the back door open.
Okay.
He's going to step outside. I think he'd probably stay. It's dark in this little alleyway?
Yeah, it's pretty dim.
Okay. And I would like to hide here
Okay.
in the darkness.
Perfect. You lying in wait?
I am lying in wait in case something comes.
Perfect. You can give me that stealth roll. Pretty sneaky.
20.
Anita.
Blindly trying for this combination lock.
Yeah, so with the combination lock, you can press your ear against it to listen, right? And try to like hear the turning of the tumblers and the clicks. Doing this in a hurry and doing this, especially with the loud sirens out front, makes it even harder for you to hear. You can give me a check, and in this one, because it's based on hearing, you can either give me a thievery check like you've been, or you could also use a perception check to sort of figure this one out. There is going to be a -2 circumstance penalty due to the siren.
Okay, what is higher? Thievery. Okay, I'll try again with thievery. Have you found anything, Saruk?
I feel like Saruk can't hear you.
No, okay.
Only the sound of sirens. Nice!
That's
Have
a
you found
24.
anything, Anita?
So you start turning some of the tumblers, and you're listening even through the siren. That didn't include the -2 circumstance penalty.
Oh,
But
22, yes.
22 is still pretty good. And you, through the chaos, you sort of, I think we see Anita, and the whole world sort of deafens around you and gets muted as you just focus on your task at hand. And you make a success. You make one success as you're turning the numbers. You find what you're pretty sure is like the first click that you need to open the safe.
I mean, gears are her thing, right? So I feel like
One down, and then I'm gonna like get Wybird out here real quick. Okay, so for my third action, I'm going to give 2 to Wybird just so that he can walk out with his movement.
Okay.
Right here.
First action there.
All right, Wybird. Watch
Wybird,
out for
man.
Refi. Oh, can't go through there. Oh, he'll just stand here by the door next to this dead robot. All
Perfect.
right, that's the end of my turn.
Saruk, back in the manager's office.
Meanwhile, back in the manager's office. Okay, so if there's no clear thing here, I suppose we're gonna switch to the ruler tool because that will make it easier to do. And then, or actually, no, it's not. JK, I don't know my hotkeys. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
You
5,
see Anita working
10.
on the combination.
I just go running back. As I get there, we're on our own. And that's my turn.
Okay.
This thing only has one javelin. It already threw it at Reficule. It can't actually do anything other than sit here and make its alarm. And hilariously enough, that's the thing with mindless things. They don't have tactics. They just do the thing they're programmed to do, which is alert people. So another round of this, you start hearing, you start realizing like there's a cutaway and you hear people in the nearby neighborhood starting to stir and like kind of wake up, and everyone, it kind of hears this alarm coming from the bank, and everyone in this neighborhood knows who owns this bank, and
Okay, here we go.
Something might be happening off screen that you guys are not currently aware of. Reficule.
I doubt it. We're fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Barely an inconvenience.
I'm like legit nervous right now.
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to shoot him again. Not so great that time. That's only a 12. I'm going to reload first and actually start making my way back.
Okay.
If I don't see them trying to get through the door, at least.
Yeah, they don't seem to be trying to get through.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Perfect. Halbrent.
So, I think Halbrent is going to try to change his appearance with the Hat of Disguise
Okay.
into Angelique Lovelace.
Okay. Roll a d20
I
for me.
can't wait until we all go outside and think that's Angelique
Just-
Lovelace and shoot him.
Just a DC2 flat check. Great.
That is true.
Oh, DC3. Oh, you got a 3, so that's okay. The hat functions as expected. You and Angelique are both roughly the same size. You're both medium creatures, and from head to toe, you just like look at your hands and you can see that like very tan skin that comes over you, and the sort of gunmetal silver hair that kind of comes down as bangs. You can see through it; it's an illusion, but you can just see that you are now in the appearance of Angelique Loveless.
All right. I think I would move up and close the door.
Okay,
And I'm standing there as Angelique.
perfect.
What is that?
That's my turn.
I like it. Very creative. Anita.
I'm going for it again. 2 actions
Come
to
on.
try and figure out this combination. Mary
Yep.
Chrysler.
Can Sarun
Oh
do it?
no,
with you.
I would like to. That I rolled a 9, but I would like to use a hero point.
Hero pointed up. That's what they're there for.
Reroll. Oh, that was almost natural.
18 down to 16 with the circumstance penalty.
16.
So you're listening, you're struggling with the thing, and as you are doing it, this failure, you hear the clunk of the failure, and you've undone all your progress so far. You've reset.
Fuck.
You've reset all the progress on this luck.
Damn. Okay, I would like to use my 3rd action to aid Saruk in case he wants to try and figure out this combination lock too.
Okay.
Saruk, if this doesn't work, we need to find the combination lock. It's really hard at the moment.
No, I have faith.
All right.
I guess I shout very loud to the person next to me to get over the siren.
Right. Zaruk.
That's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. So if I understand it correctly, it's no matter what I roll, there's a -2 circumstance penalty for
This
the
is the siren.
loudness.
Yes, because this is an auditory check, and the auditory thing is affecting.
Got it. So the best one to roll will evermore be perception.
Could I retcon and say I wouldn't have moved back?
Please.
Sure.
I would like you to kill the loud noise to death.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have an aid action for Saruk.
So the thing about that is they... God. Aiding me will never be helpful because I have a circumstance bonus on these anyway. I appreciate your help. I will aid you for sure. But...
Theoretically, a crit could give you a +2, right? That's
True.
that's
Yeah,
the only thing that.
But a
maybe-
crit failure can give you a negative, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wildly throw hero points at the problem until it gets fixed. As we must do! Hell.
18 down to 16. You're finding it hard to concentrate with the loud noise and hearing the tumblers. And you're trying to visualize how the internal mechanisms of this thing work, and you just can't make any heads or tails of it. It's going to
Third
take
action, I will.
like getting into this sort of vault. Getting through this is a very hard task.
I'll use my 3rd action to prep to aid Anita.
Okay.
As we just sidle out of the way of
Yeah,
each
might-
other.
like,
Let this fucking
Maybe that's the problem. You guys are both like doing it together, like fighting each other on it, right?
Yeah, but like one failure brings it back already, so it's like.
Yeah.
But you were at the manager's office, right?
Mhm.
Nothing there.
Mhm.
All right, Reficule, since you're like out front, you start hearing almost like the voices out in the street. It sounds like almost some like interested parties or possibly some nearby security who have been hired to like keep an eye on this place are sort of like making their way into the street, and they're gonna like kind of join way up here, and it looks like there's about
can't
4 of these people.
I
Yeah.
can't see him. I wouldn't be able to see him
Whoa.
from my vantage point, but I'd hear him.
Yeah, you hear them
Barely through the.
through the sirens, but you can hear them yelling over the sirens and basically just and they're not being stealthy. They're making their presence known. There's about 4 of them gathering outside the bank.
I hate
Alright.
that we're fighting investors, but of course we are.
Well, these are probably less. I mean, yeah, if you guys were here during the day, they'd be investors. These are probably more. Yeah, they're probably looking to protect their investments. Reficule.
I'll shoot the clockwork again.
Yep. Go ahead. Oh ho ho
That's
ho,
natural
Yes,
baby!
you will.
That's a natural
Let's
20. Roll the crit
go.
damage on that.
17 points of damage, so 15.
15 is enough to destroy this clockwork. It shatters. There's a loud explosion, and the torch falls out and starts lighting up the area around it.
Second action, I'll reload. Third action, I will fire at the other one. Come on, roll high.
20's a hit.
20.
Hit, but not a crit.
4 points of damage.
Modified down to 2.
That's my turn.
All right, Halbrant. You hear the alarm. You hear the explosion. You hear one of the alarms die out up front. And I think through the alley and kind of through... I think you would probably hidden in the alley see a couple of them look. They would have crossed your vision on the north side out in the front of the building. 4 of these, people that look like armed with clubs of some sort are rushing to the bank.
So I'm thinking, well, probably can't get into the front. I look pretty good back here, so I think I'm gonna sidle over here to the side a little bit, put my foot against the wall and lean back against it and wait to see if I see anybody coming. And if I do, I'll yell at them like, "Don't move."
Okay. You're just guarding that back door. Got it.
Yep. I'll holler at them. Hey, it's a security test. Everything's under control.
Okay. I think this first person strides up to see what's going on. I think they run up to the window and they can see Refuge with the gun loaded right there at them. They spend their third action to do a take cover behind the wall. They kind of all come up and do the same thing, except for one who moves up towards this door, and you can hear on the other side, Reficule, keys against the door, and there's a click as the door unlocks.
All right.
Anita's
going to take a deep breath and then spend 2 actions to try and fucking figure out this combination.
Okay.
Mary Chrysler.
Mary Chrysler.
Internally, what I'm going to do is you've got this first click, and I think you have a general sense of where on the dial it was. So I'm going to lower the DC for the first check because you guys have already cracked the first check, right?
Okay.
That makes sense.
I think it makes sense because it's a combination lock, right? I feel like you're resetting it, but in some way you should build progress towards it. It should get easier as you figure out more numbers. So that's
Okay.
that's my thought.
Mary Chrysler. Oh, fuck. 14 to the 12 because of the sirens.
But Saruk had prepped an aid here, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold. Yeah, fuck it. I will, because there are no longer things screaming outside. Just things screaming outside when Reffy shoots him in the face.
There is one still screaming outside. I forgot about that.
That's I feel like Saruk is screaming inside.
Yeah, between that, you guys, even though you have a general sense of where the first number is, you try and you bypass it and you make no progress on the first check.
The candle is running out. Okay, spending my last action to give 2 to Wybert just to back Ruffy up in case. So that would be... Yeah, Wybert's just gonna chill right here. Not there, here. Until Ruffy needs him. Yeah. Actually, no. Can I move him here?
Sure.
There you go. That's the end of my turn.
All right, Saruk.
Okay. We will continue to throw dice at the problem until we fix the problem. For 2 actions, I would like to open this damn thing. Yes!
24 down to 22 is a success on the first lock. 1 success out of 3 needed to open the vault.
Nice. And then prep aid, Anita.
Okay, awesome. You guys are starting to make some progress there. This one does an alarm and just waits because the door's not open, so it doesn't have a clear path. Reficule, you are now face down with 4 people and a robot right outside you, and you're just blasting them. But the door did click just a minute ago.
Just run up to the door and interact to lock it again. Nope.
That's the best move, honestly.
Honestly,
Unlock
this
lock.
door from your side, it is sort of a deadbolt, so you could just lock it again.
Stride block, shoot
That's
him
my
in the
favorite move
face.
ever in Pathfinder.
Or like reinforce the door too, like put your weight against it, you know?
Hold on.
Oh no!
Reffy's not really that strong, though.
Just park Wybert directly in front of the
Yeah.
door.
First things off, I'm going to reload my gun.
Okay. These ones are not mindless. You could potentially.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You do have the alarm blaring, which is gonna give like a slight penalty to your auditory effect landing.
I'm just going to reload for now.
Okay.
Or if I can go there, maybe,
Okay.
and shoot this robot.
Go for it.
A robot.
But I have
Why, but
more cover behind this desk.
Wow.
So-
Yeah, that you could definitely. You have partial cover because of the desk, and if you wanted to use an action, you could actually take cover for more cover.
I wouldn't have enough actions. this
Sure,
time,
yeah, but you do have
next-
partial cover because
Yeah.
of it.
All right.
We'll call it standard cover, just I'm standing behind.
Oh.
Oh,
There's like a fizzle as your like the black powder doesn't catch and your gun like jams and you gotta like kind of clean it
Oh.
out, right? No like action, it's just flavor. Like I don't think there's any kind of critical fail on the gunslingers there.
no, it misfires. I have to spend an action.
Oh, is that actually true? You have to spend an action to clear that? Okay, so your gun is misfired.
Ooh, our first jam of
The perfect time to misfire.
of this season.
God.
So Hal, you're in the back, you're guarding the back. It feels quiet, although you can hear like a new chorus of voices kind of echoing through the bank on the front side.
Okay. Hal is going to start moving towards the front.
Okay.
Okay. That is my turn.
This is gonna be fun when you turn around the corner. Anita.
All right.
I think we
do
need
I-
to pick a different car company to pray to. I don't think Chrysler's doing it.
Yeah.
Aid, right?
Yes.
Saruk's aiding you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's go, Saruk.
Oh, do you want me to roll first?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll for the aid. That's fine. So in this case, ooh, nice. That's gonna give you a +1 circumstance bonus. The DC is
Sweet.
20 because we're on a number you guys have not figured out yet. You do have a -2 auditory penalty because the robot is still sirening.
Okay.
So -2 circumstance penalty, +1 circumstance bonus.
Okay. 2 actions. Come on, let's do this. Let's fucking go! That would be an 18 plus what?
+1 and then
Plus
-2, so total of 17. You do not make the progress you need, and it clicks down. If it wasn't for the siren, you would have had this.
Yeah. Okay. Where's Wybert? Okay. Son of a fucking bitch.
Oh, actually, I skipped the gold tank, so maybe I should take their turn. I accidentally skipped them, but
Okay.
like if they might give Wyper something to do if there's people in the bank, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So this first guy opens the door and then stumbles in to see like what's going on and sees you all like robbing the bank, and they're like, "More money!" And they want to like defend their money because they are, been hired by Muglin to sort of keep an eye on things.
Mhm.
They're like, they all think in their minds if they stop this robbery, they're going to get a fat bonus, right? So they're all looking to play the hero, but they're all armed with nothing more than like clubs. They have no visible weapons other than like these sort of like heavy sticks they're holding. They're severely outgunned, but they just have dreams. They have a hero complex. They're throwing caution to the wind.
They have I work at
Um,
Amazon thinking I'll make more money than Bezos complex. Poor bastards.
So one action to open the door, one action to stride in. I think he sort of like comes up to the other side of the table from you, Reficule, and you have cover from behind the table, but he takes a swing at you with your cover and his club. Swings wildly, gets a 2 for a total of 6. However, I have a hero point and I'm spending it.
You know, chat, you could give us hero points as well.
Yeah, jeez.
So 17 would hit if not for the cover. So the desk you kind of move behind hits that, blocks the blow, and that's his turn.
We love tables. Thank you, table.
Thank you, table.
This one spends 2 actions to stride in to get to here, and also takes a strike at Reficule. This one
Damn.
misses as well.
Thanks for getting all these bad rolls out of the RNG.
25. And this one comes running back, and he like runs literally all the way to like the vault door. Doesn't have any actions to actually attack you, Anita, but he's like right on you.
Mm-hmm. Ah! Who the fuck are you?
Got company.
And the other one spends all 3 actions to also join his buddy, and that's all they can do though. Now we're go back to Anita. So you tried to pick as they're running up on you, but you do have Wyber has some targets at least.
Mm-hmm. Are you going in, Ravi? Or are you gonna try and kill these bitches? Alright.
They're here.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. 2 actions. Okay, 2 actions for Wyber. He's gonna try and attack this fellow right here.
I'm guessing because you didn't say it, this is not a non-lethal attack.
Wyber smash, no!
I don't think Wybert has the brain power to differentiate as we jump back to a poor husky.
Right?
Wyber smash! That is
Rename this feat to rename the strike
15.
rate.
Yeah. The Wyvern Smash 15 is a hit.
Okay, that would be 5. 5 bludgeoning.
Okay, 5 points. This guy is not armor plated. He does not have any resistance against your damage.
Damn. Second Wyvern smash! For Wyvern. I need to fucking die. Oh!
Natural 20 for Wybert. Wybert Chris in chat.
Oh boy, Wyvern. Love your buddy.
Stone Cold Killer.
A 10.
Yeah, the guy drops dead. Well,
Oh boy. Anita doesn't know.
Nope.
Willfully ignorant. That's us. Otherwise, we'd be metagaming.
I mean, it's an unarmed strike. Unarmed strikes kind of generally are non-lethal in general, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like when you're hit by 50 pounds of corrugated steel to the face.
Yeah. We don't know if he's dead or not, but he's not moving.
Oh, it's a secret between Wybert and Ruffy. So we're trying to figure out this lock.
All right, that brings us.
That's
to
the end of my turn.
Yep, that brings us to Saruk.
Okay, so then I suppose targeting the one I have a clear sight line to at the top. I'm going to be so pissed if this is a natural 20 that I could have thrown at the door, but a stratagem! I will devise it!
It's going to be an
For a
11.
total, which I will not use, and then for 2 actions,
Come
I'm
on.
going to get this door open.
Okay.
I'm going to get this door
Yep, you
wide
calculate
open.
it. Oh my god.
Ah. This
I
fucking
hate this
door.
Taking this in the middle of a gunfight is proven to be challenging. But also, now with the door open,
Only Angelique Lovelace would walk in and say, "This is fine. Everything is fine. How are you?"
it might be happening soon. The broker moves in here. Moves into here, engaged in a melee with Reficule, who's been shooting at it, and makes a fist attack onto Reficule. That is a 19.
19 hits.
Or 8 points of bludgeoning damage. But it has no actions to do anything else. You can see it, like, the way its hands are, like, does that strike. It wants to grab you, but it can't because it doesn't have any more actions. All right.
And I'm sorry, that the misfire doesn't happen in a natural. It's certain weapons.
Okay, perfect.
Some abilities cause a weapon to misfire as part of a critical.
Okay. Things are getting hairy, Reficule.
You got this, Wybert?
Beep,
Right.
beep, boop,
And-
bop.
I'm actually going to go this way.
Okay.
How many of the guys are here? Or in the room? Just
2.
one now?
There's 1, 2 ran past you to the back, and there you can hear them back by the vault, like tussling with Anita and Sprook.
Right, because I thought that robot can't be there because there was a guy there.
That guy died. Wybert smashed
Oh,
him.
Wybert killed him, right. That's right. I will...
So you stride away to run back. As you stride, you trigger this thing's opportunity attack.
What?
He makes a strike onto you as you do so, but gets a natural 1. If only I had a hero point to spend. I already spent them. But you've learned something. These things are combat capable, and they can. No, they can. Opportunity attack.
I'm going to shoot the robot.
Wybert, duck.
The one that you just ran past?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
It does not have cover anymore, correct?
It does
Neither do
not.
Alright.
Yep, agile and finesse. Wifflepossum says it has the agile and finesse. It does not say non-lethal. Makes sense. It's a big, heavy robot, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So actually I need to reload and fire, because the natural 1 doesn't cause it to misfire. So I still would have shot it, just would have missed.
Okay.
So I reload, stride, and then shoot.
Go for it. 18 will hit.
18. For 4 points of damage.
-2 because of his armor, so it takes 2 points of damage.
And that's my turn.
All right, we cut back to the side of the bank as Angelique Levelis is running up, right?
Let's go, Angelique.
Is there anybody else around?
Glancing up, you can see up and down the street, there are maybe 3-4 people that have kind of come out of their houses and like to look what's going on, but they don't look interested in getting involved.
Okay.
So you spin around and you can see, I'm not sure what you can see inside the bank, but there is like sort of a scuffle going on inside the bank, and there's a couple people attacking Wybert, it looks like.
I will move up. Where's the entrance that's open? Can I see
It's
it
right
from
here
where
in
I'm
the
at?
middle.
Oh, in the middle? Okay.
So to your dismay, everyone in the bar, there's like a slow motion look where everyone in the like bank looks up and sees Angelique Lovelace appear on the doorstep of the bank.
Fuck.
And Anita gets a hero point from Richard in chat. Gee, I wonder if that was. So was that 2 actions to get there? That was all 3?
Yep.
So Angelique Lovelace is there. Okay. And that brings us to the heroes. So we'll start with the one here. They just watched Wybert, demolish its friend. So I think he's going to take revenge. He uses his club. He's going to smack Wybert. Or try at least. An 11 is not enough to hit
Misses.
Wybert.
16.
Second action does not do good. And I think third action is going to be to like sort of give up on Wybert and stride over and engage with Reficule. And then back here, one of them sees you guys trying to pick the lock, right? So this one takes the club and tries to smack Anita.
Okay.
An 18.
Hits.
6 points
Okay.
of damage.
Got it.
And I think second action is going to be to attempt to, like, athletics check you to grapple you to keep you from grabbing. Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, it's a success for sure.
Yep. What's your so success becomes a critical success.
Mhm.
And I think you're now restrained.
Ow!
And then the other one comes over here, steps right up to you, Saruk. And while you're trying to like do the combination lock, he's gonna try to smack you in the back of your head.
He will try.
12 is a miss. I think he then tries. He's been watching too much Karate Kid, so he tries to sweep the leg. So he's gonna do a trip attempt. A 19. What is your athletics DC? Is it your fortitude
reflex DC? For my reflex, is a success.
Okay, so you get knocked prone.
Damn.
Wow, you know what they had
As
a
you
hero.
can see, chat, Steve does not need any hero points.
It's
Steve fucking cheats.
It's these guys have a hero complex, and it is working out for them.
Is it a hero complex, or are they just greedy pieces of shit?
Maybe it was like you looked up and you saw Angelique Lovelace, and your jaw dropped a little bit. Oh, you're right. Like chat is correcting me on something. That's a -5 because it is a multiple attack penalty, so that would be a 14 against your DC.
Just failed.
So I think it fails.
Woo!
Awesome. You know what? Chat, CJ and Littles both told me that. You guys tell me who gets a hero point for my mistake in chat, and I'll give it to one of the PC. You are not prone. And that's his turn. Anita.
All right. First, Wybird, help! And then so Wybird is going to. I'm gonna give Wybird. I'm gonna spend 2 actions to give Wybird 3.
Okay.
First 2 actions would be to get to this fella right here.
Yep. So as he does that, Wybird opens himself up to. No, he doesn't because.
Nope, he already
used his
used
reaction.
his
All right.
attack of opportunity.
Got it.
Thank you. Okay, and then would he be considered flanking
Yes.
if he has me grappled? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would prevent you from being flanking, even though you're restrained.
Okay. All right. Come on. There you go. All right, Wybird smash. Wybird smash.
Saving his mama.
It's a 9.
9 is going to be a miss.
Mish. And then for my third action, I'm gonna try and escape.
Okay.
That would be an athletics check.
I think you can be athletics or acrobatics. It's your choice.
I'll
Or an unarmed strike.
try acrobatics. Honda, Toyota, Mary Toyota. There you go. 23.
They're reliable vehicles.
Yeah, it could be.
Reliable.
Yeah, I mean, you can do an unarmed strike or thievery. Yeah, I mean, yeah, acrobatics, athletics. So yeah, you get free from him. You're no longer restrained.
Okay, perfect. And that is the end of my turn.
Yes, it is. Restrained comes off. Okay, perfect. Saruk.
Alrighty. I'm so glad there are things that are immediately threatening Anita and I, so I will not be devising a strat at Angelique Lovelace, who walked in the door. That's good. That's so good. Instead, targeting the one to my 12 o'clock.
Yep.
A stratagem, I will devise it.
Devise that stratagem.
Gonna be a 24.
I think I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Would a 24 hit the... I'm shooting to wound once again.
Yep. You have the feat. It makes you able to do that without any penalty. You're gonna use the 24 on attack. All right, that's a critical hit.
Nice.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So then, somewhere I have a macro for a mace multi-pistol. Brah!
Brah, brah.
24
oh my
points of damage.
Hey, 24 point.
I think I finally rolled above average.
It's the precision, all of that. Jeez, look at that. Like 8, 4, 2. Yeah, and that was nice. So yeah, for sure, you knock him unconscious and he falls back, slumped against the back counter, completely immobilized.
And then for my third act, we seem to have time. Oh god, I guess I will prep to aid Anita to try to get her ungrabbed.
She already escaped, actually.
Oh, right, never mind, then I won't do that. In that case, I will just step over here and pass.
Perfect. Top of the round, the robot strides forward.
And don't forget, CJ and Littles, you can choose who to give a hero point to in chat.
Not us begging for hero points at the top of our lungs.
Let us open this fucking lock.
I am not above it.
God damn it.
Steps forward and then first action to melee strike you, Reficule. 10. That's
a miss.
okay. And third action, multiple attack penalty, misses. Perfect. That's its turn. Reficule. So Little says, roll a d4. So 3 is gonna be Richard.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you, Littles and CJ.
And Reficule, it is your turn. We're coming up close to the end of the session.
I'm going to reload. No, sorry. I'll reload in a second. I'm going to step.
That's I just saw Angelic Loveless look.
Yeah. I'm going to step here.
Yep.
Reload.
Okay.
Zoolander.
And
You could attempt one of these.
yeah, I'm going to Reconter's reload. And
Yep.
I'm going to look and... There's only 4 of you. You got 20 men out back. Sure you want to do this? And I'm going to use Deception.
Okay. Boy.
That's a 25.
Nice.
That's a critical success. I believe that makes him frightened too.
Yeah, I guess, sorry, not Deception. No, this was, how'd that work? This would be create a diversion, sorry.
Oh, create a diversion. Okay. So, like, the guy is flat-footed to you? Is that how... I think he's hidden. You're hidden from him until the end of your turn.
Yeah, because I think maybe he's, like, looking somewhere else. Or I'll say, we got 20 men coming up from the front, so he'll look behind.
Yeah, he starts looking around, which just gives you an opening.
I will shoot.
Oh, boy.
That's an
Man,
natural
you're so
20.
fucking good.
You're so good at
Mhm.
Pathfinder, man.
Jesus
Being so good at
Christ.
Pathfinder.
It's like every attack you make.
Yeah.
Every shot.
Oh,
you
that's
Wow.
take.
super low damage, though.
You suck
Oh.
at Pathfinder.
It's a critical hit, and with your firearm, you think it'd be enough. It doesn't even kill this guy. 6 points of damage is not enough.
Damn.
It's...
And as you take your range shot, that does trigger an opportunity attack from the clockwork.
Oh, fuck.
Forgot about that.
You
Right.
do have cover, partial cover, just from the corner. I'll give you standard cover against the attack. 18 misses because of the cover. Awesome.
That's my turn.
All right, Angelique Loveless.
Angelique Loveless.
Every fiber of my being is, don't shoot Ricardo. He's your friend.
And I'm gonna yell out to everybody, and obviously that disguise self doesn't do audible. I'll holler, hurry up, or you know what? I'm gonna move up to this guy and I'm gonna make an attack first. And I'm gonna make it a snagging strike.
By the way, he like the head like spins around and sees Angelique coming, and you see like internally it's like, oh great, back up as it spins around, and then you come up right behind it. Yeah, it's flat-footed to you for a multitude of reasons.
Strike. 26.
26 is a crit.
14 damage.
Minus the 2, because it is.
That's
Mhm.
a crit. That's how crit damage should be.
And you watch, it's the weirdest thing. Angelique Loveless runs up with her rifle and just runs the clockwork abomination through. And the rifle
What
kind
the
of comes out the
fuck?
front as it like falls apart and is destroyed.
And I'm gonna yell, hurry up, you clowns, in Halbrand's voice.
Yeah.
It's so
Refuge
trippy.
probably starts laughing, like blood dripping down his face from where he got hit.
Anita.
Piss off, I say to this fucking hero. And then I'm gonna use 2 actions again to try and pick this lock. Come on, Toyota, Honda, Camry.
Whichever car god is listening.
Go on. Got this.
Only Elon Musk is listening. Sorry.
Nope, that's a fort.
Oh God!
I'll change my dice.
What happened?
Last that giving one action to Wybert to hit this.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
To hit this feller. Wybert smash.
Wybert smosh.
A 14.
14 will hit. Thanks to the flat-footed
Alright.
condition.
Sure, that will be 9 points of damage.
All right. Wybert smashes the dude's head in.
Oh no, Wybert! Now Anita knows.
There's like a blood splat that hits like across like Anita and Saruk's
Yeah.
face.
Oh shit! Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Saruk.
Okay, now that we have some peace and fucking quiet, I'm going to step over and I would like so much if this door was open. You think it would be possible if maybe this door would come if open?
14 is not enough to get the first.
Hell. Okay, that's it. Do you think it is possible? Have we figured out the definitive? It's definitely that number. For
One more
sure,
success, and I'm going
100%?
to lower the DC. I'm just going to like ignore the first DC. It's just going to be 2 actions to get the first number. I think you've narrowed it down.
Definitely. It's like it's 6.
I mean, it's combination lock. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Ruficule.
Little pissed off right now. I'm going to Recontours reload. I think he's immune though to my intimidation.
He's immune for like some amount of time. Yeah.
Like a minute. So I'm going to use. Oh no, I used deception, so I'm going to use intimidation this time. I say, looks like Loveless isn't on your side. Is the gold really worth ended up dead for? And I'm going to use intimidation this time. That's a 19,
That's a success, which makes him frightened.
right? Then I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
I can't specify non-lethal, so
You can. You just take a -2.
You have to say it before you roll, but you can.
there's no one else left alive.
Oh, because they work for Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm going to do non-lethal.
Wow. Ruficule's doing non-lethal.
I just gotta get Wybert to stop being a murderous piece of shit.
Minus?
It's a -2 circumstance penalty on the roll.
Okay.
He got no brain.
It's a circumstance penalty, right, Chad? I'm pretty sure it's a circumstance. Okay.
Alright.
Even with the penalty, that is a hit.
4 points of damage.
You knock him unconscious with your shot. And I think that was the last of the sort of...
Can I, I'm just gonna, before I pull the trigger, I'm gonna say, tell Mugland that we're coming for him. Then fire. That's why I want to leave him alive.
Okay, yeah. And remember, this whole time, you guys are all, like, in disguises, too, right? Because you all get your hat of disguises going. So, like, the blood goes across, like, Anita and Saruk's face from earlier, but, like, it doesn't show up because the disguise blocks it. Underneath is the blood splatter, but on the surface, it's just like, oh, really? Like, no, like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, and right now I look like a half-elf man with a large scar over his eye.
And so, like, the tension dies down, the focus kind of switches back to, like, Saruk and Anita, who are now in silence, finally for the first time, gonna start working on cracking the doors open to the safe. You know, doing this quietly or doing it quickly in the scuffle has proved to be a challenge, but maybe now in the peace and quiet, maybe you guys can really focus and get it done. And I think the camera pulls out of the front of the bank, showing that. I mean, here, I'll give you guys a moment to sort of like set what your characters might do. We're gonna be ending the episode, so this is sort of like the send off for this episode for your characters. What's going on? What are you guys doing in this moment?
I'm going to open this fucking door by force if necessary. Yeah, I think forcing it would be harder.
It's a pretty heavy default door.
I would probably go out to the front.
Okay.
Yeah, Reficule would twirl and holster his pistol and saying, "You're looking mighty fine there, Miss Lovelace. and give a wink. Well, no, he stands there for a second smiling, and then scowls and gives a wink with his right eye.
Yep.
Anita would take a breather just so that she can focus again before trying. She's gonna get this fucking door open.
You want me to give it a crack?
Watch Reffy just show up, snap his fingers, and it fucking opens.
Go, Reffy! And then actually, you know what? This time I'm gonna, if I can, just even though I know it's not gonna work because he's dead. Anita's gonna try and like use her healer's tools to this guy that.
The guy that's head was caved in?
Yeah.
Okay. So Anita tries to like patch up the guy that's dead. For sure. So the camera kind of pans out and you see Ruficule and Halbrant sort of standing guard. Well, technically you see Angelique Leveless and a half-elven man with a scar standing in front of the bank, watching for anything. The two of you are like looking to see if anyone else seems to come. It's all quiet. And then you look, and off in the distance, you just see an orange flare goes up in the sky.
Ah, fuck.
And a few moments later, a little bit further down, Ironside, closer towards the city, another orange flare goes up. And you both look at each other, and the warning system has been triggered. You guys are on a time crunch now. We fade to black on the we fade to black as the embers from the flare kind of end out, and that's gonna do it for tonight's episode. It was intense, guys. We did like everything at once. It was like we fought, and we did the door, and we like scavenged everything.
I mean, yeah, it's smash and grab.
It's a very different experience coming at night than in the day. You know, for the audience, Vanessa, who wrote this, said, I worked in a bank for 10 years, and she wanted to make sure that people understood it's easier to rob a bank during the day than at night, and she didn't want to pull her punches. So if you don't like this, blame Vanessa. But
it was awesome.
Yeah. But, you know, anyways, that's going to do it for us this week in Alkenstar. Big thank you to Ninna, Richard, Rick, and Tommy for playing with me. It's been fun, as always. Woo.
Thank you. We do not endorse robbing banks, by the way.
Or Elon Musk.
Yeah. That's why you got to pick a different vehicle.
Toyota.
But I want just for a moment, I wanted to take a moment and give a big shout out to our where is it? I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Our patrons who support us on Patreon. If you like what we're doing here, you want to see more, help us make more content like this. Shout out specifically to David Sims and Derek Brewer, who are supporting us at the tier for that shout out each week. We love you guys for supporting us. Thank you for making this all possible. Big thank you to moltenhosting.com for providing the server hosting. Sponsored tonight's episode. Use the referral code RECALLKNOWLEDGE.
One word
for your first month free. Check them out. Now, cast members, any shout outs or sign offs you guys would like to do? You get the floor.
CJ and Littles and Wiffle, thanks for hanging out in the chat.
Yeah, and we also had some other first-time chatters. We had AJ77 and
JM
Wumbo Lord,
Jay Miller, and Phil. I mean, there's a lot of first-time viewers tonight, so thanks for tuning in tonight. For sure.
Phil the Monstera.
There you go.
That's someone's name. I thought you were just saying something randomly.
And you know what? It happens. I do have that type of personality.
I would also like to say, yeah, in the U.S. it is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Yes.
So,
nice.
Very nice.
Go look up that for your island.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. Good call out there, Richard. Thank you for that. Thank you for covering that awkward silence where I found something to someone to raid. We're gonna be back next week, May 11th, I think it is. Yep, today is May the 4th. With you at 7:00 to play through the next episode of Punks in a Powderkeg. We've dealt with the immediate threat. We now know we have a timer because the flares have gone up. Will our outlaws get the vault open, and what will they find inside?
We face every party's greatest enemy.
fucking door.
Locked fucking
This is like the boss
We have to
door.
figure out exactly what this door needs. The fucking Fable demon door.
Yes.
Yes, for
We
real.
just need to roll 15 and above. Just 15 and above.
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row, yes. Yeah. Easy.
I believe in us. I believe in a thing called us.
I believe in you guys. So until next time, make sure you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the streets of Alkenstar. Goodbye, everyone.
Good
And
night.
stick to it, we're gonna raid someone. We're gonna raid someone.
Now y'all come back now, you hear?
See you next week.